feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
Sometimes I feel like I just wanna cuddle. Other times I feel like I just want some dough. In the car that I live in, except when I sleep in gyms. I was so lonely till I met this guy. I met him on an app. I said we could cuddle. Little did he know that I had a plan. He asked me if we could please use a condom. I said don't worry, now that was a lie. Told the police I got raped unexpectedly. Got a baby on the way. Cause I spread my legs. I need more money to support my drug habit. Gotta put my family down. So just please donate. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. It's hard to believe that the cops don't believe me. It's hard to believe I have to go home to the house I was raped in by one of my brothers. My mom bailed me out, I really don't know why. Told the police I got raped unexpectedly. Got a baby on the way. Cause I spread my legs. I need more money to support my drug habit. Gotta put my family down. So just please donate. Singing this baby inside. Just wanna do some drugs. Gonna do them anyway. I just don't give a fuck. Please remember to donate, or I'll take this fucking baby's life.
You people are sick. I just want to smoke. I just want to smoke and chill the fuck out. There's no smoke. There's nothing. Let's dance, bitch, because I'll fucking flamethrower your bitch ass.
The downfall of my enemies is what powers me. I used to have weird premonitions when I was a kid.
I'm just tired. You people are sick.
I want other people to hold on to my burden.
Let's dance, bitch, because I'll fucking flamethrower your bitch ass. I'm just tired.
Can you guys hear me? Should be. Seems kind of loud. Hey, everybody. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Hope you guys are well. Happy Thursday. I have so much planned, a lot to go over, so I appreciate you guys being here. It means a lot. I first want to thank BB properly. She was a huge help in walking me through this, helping me understand everything, and allowing me to present this to you guys. So again, thank you so much, BB. I appreciate it. You're amazing. And I appreciate you walking me through this. We had quite the conversation, and what we're going over today is kind of a fraction of a very, very large picture that makes so much more sense now that we have the information that we do. And I'm excited to share that with you guys. If you guys want to get a hold of me outside of YouTube, check me out on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and I do have a locals page available too. Those links are in the description below. I have a Linktree link. So if you click that, any link that you're looking for, it's going to be there. Thank you, BB. I appreciate it. Thank you all for being here. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, share it out to people, anyone that is following the Leticia story, all of that. You want to definitely share this out to them. What I'm going to do before we get into the actual court records that we have to go through, I thought it would be a good idea to go ahead and remind you guys on August 29th, early/late, we got a video that Leticia posted on her channel right before she was arrested. She was able to actually get that uploaded before she was arrested. And then when she was released after having the baby, that's when we got the rest of the videos from that night. So I figure that we'll go ahead and watch those, kind of refresh everybody's memory, because we're going to be starting from there with the timeline that we're going to be talking about tonight. So again, we're starting from when Leticia was pregnant, was arrested, goes into jail, and then we're going to move from there and kind of work our way through that. We have video titles and videos we're going to be going over too that are related to the charges against her. So much to go over, but I figure, like I said, we're going to go over this first video First, 1, 2, 3. So it's like a total of maybe roughly 10 minutes of videos, and it's going to walk us through her getting arrested just to kind of refresh our memories on what's happening. You hear the little cub? Yeah, he knows. Who's Leticia? New locale? David, you stop it. Stop it. Okay. Let me take a look and say hi to everybody. Lumpy, this is me now. Auntie Green, Mal, it's good to see you. Of course, BB, Red Rose, thank you for being here. Judge Jenny. Who else do we have in here? Wicked Witch, Mandalorian, Katie Alexis, Channel 69, Yoga, Jelly Bean. All the lovely peoples are here. I think eventually I'll put up like one of those things where you guys can ask questions too. Oh, and let me put out a little bit of a disclaimer real quick. So this case does not involve JW in any way. I want to make that clear. As a victim or otherwise, it does not involve JW at all. So I don't want to get sidetracked with any sort of discussion about JW, paternity, who has custody of the baby, none of that, because that's not what this is about. Okay. So, I don't want to get off track and get into conversations about that because that's not what this is about. I don't want any discussion whatsoever of the names, initials, employment, or any connection to the foster family to the custody or criminal situation related to the foster family. So I just want to make that clear. I don't want any initials, employment, any of that discussed in the chat, please. We have a lot to go over, and most of you guys know the situation, so I don't think that it's necessary and it's not pertinent to the charges. Not entirely. So thank you, Auntie Green. So I want to make that very clear, and I need to add that to the description. I meant to get to it, but again, there's so much to cover tonight. So it slipped my mind as I was pulling everything up before we got started. So I do need to go ahead and add that to the description while we watch these videos, though. Okay. There. So let me go ahead and pull these up. I have everything in a playlist. This is probably one of the most organized streams that you guys will ever see come from me. And again, thank you, BB, for helping me. I appreciate it. So like I said, we're starting with this first video that she actually uploaded the day that she was arrested. What did Matt say? Why am I... Okay, I'll get to it.
Yes.
You want to step out real quick so we can talk to you?
No.
No.
Well, Leticia, it'd be better, a whole lot easier if you come out and talk with us, you know?
Why?
We just gotta ask you some quick questions, and then we can kind of go from there.
No.
It'd be better if you're out here, okay?
What are you gonna talk to me about?
We just gotta ask some quick questions, okay? And then we can get out of your hair.
There's some stuff coming back on your license that we can talk to you about.
Yeah.
Like the warrant for the falsified rape report that wasn't falsified?
Okay, but in our system, you know, come back. So like I said, if you come out here, we can get all this stuff cleared out.
No.
If we don't have a choice, you have to go down for the warrant, okay? So it's going to be a lot
Down
easier if you
for
just
the
step out of the
warrant?
car. Do what?
Down for the warrant?
Yeah, well, you'll have to go down to the county jail.
Okay, so you guys heard her say that, right? He's posting kittens, like actual pictures of cats. This is me now. Okay, so she specifically said, officer said, we need to take you down for the warrant. This is the warrant about the false report in Arkansas. Okay? That's what they're pulling her in for.
No.
Okay, we don't have a choice. You have to go down for the warrant, okay? So it's going to be a lot
Down
easier if you
for
just
the
step out of the
warrant?
car. Do what?
Down for the warrant?
Yeah, well, you'll have to go down to the county jail.
Okay. So you're trying to put me in jail when I'm literally 9 months pregnant, have like a few days left to before I give birth. September 4th is the due date.
Okay.
And we'll communicate that with to the jail.
Yep.
September
But as of right
4th
now,
is
we
the
don't have a
due
choice what
date.
happens from here on out. So
It's this one is
it's
actually
a lot smoother if you just come out and cooperate with us.
Right.
this one's really quiet. I'm sorry.
Right.
Correct. So you want to step out of your car for us?
No.
Okay.
Any other windows down?
No. This one?
Leticia, we don't have a choice, so you're going to have to come out of the car no matter what, all right? We don't want to make
So
it...
you're gonna drag me
We
in.
don't want to make it hard on you or your baby.
You're gonna drag me in to force me into confines, detain me
Yes.
again after I was detained at 7 months. Right.
You have a warrant. We don't have a choice here.
There's a warrant for my arrest for falsifying the rape report that led to this fucking child.
So could you step out of the car for us, please?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. When you just want to get us on the line then real quick, just see where we go from here. So Leticia,
Or anything like this, but we have our job.
No, everybody's got their job and no one does it professionally. And that's why I said in Arkansas, they didn't file it properly. 3 weeks of investigation is not a proper amount of time to sit there and say that I allegedly falsified the fucking documents.
That's what court's for, and that has nothing to do with us. We have what we have in our system.
No, of course. And that's why last time when they let me go, I should have just ran from this area. It doesn't matter where I go. They've got a ping on my phone. It doesn't matter. The fact that you came across me is not something that it's... I'm just
So, Leticia,
completely horrified.
like I told you when I stopped you, I was driving up here and I just saw your car with your windows down and a bunch of stuff in here, and I was trying to make sure you're okay.
And the last time I was pulled over a few days ago by the officer,
What happened when you pulled over by the officer?
I was live streaming on my YouTube channel.
Okay.
About all of this.
Right now too.
Well, yeah. No shit, Sherlock.
Okay. Like I said, Leticia, we just want you to come out, and then we're gonna take you down to the county, and then we can inform them of your due date, and then we can make the medical decisions from there. And then if you want an ambulance when we get you out, we can arrange that too.
No. Well, how about I just treat you how every other officer's treated me, mistreated me, and misguided me.
Have we mistreated or misguided you tonight?
Well, apparently so. I don't want to go to fucking county jail. I didn't do shit.
Well,
I didn't fucking
Leticia,
falsify a goddamn rape report.
Leticia, we have to go by what's in our system. We don't have a choice.
No, of course, everyone does. Because everything's about documentation. Everything's about the numbers. Everything's about the papers.
Papers?
The paperwork. The paperwork in regards to people's lives. The classifications. The falsified records. That's why I talk about this stuff on my YouTube channel. Generally, I live stream this BS. Why? Because it wasn't my fault what had happened. I was asleep when the motherfucker penetrated me, and then they did no investigation. And then what?
Their investigation, they did. Like, they didn't even really need to do much. They were able to see the proof that the other party had.
Leticia, are you gonna come out or not?
No.
You have to come out. That's the thing. It's not a are you gonna come out or not. It's are you gonna come out willingly or do we have to get you out? Which obviously that's not something we want.
Well, then I guess you're gonna have to do it forcibly, won't you? Just like the man
Ooh,
that
thank
was
you,
in
Galactic.
uniform that I couldn't fucking file against, right?
We're not trying to do anything forcibly here. We just want
Right.
this to go smoothly. Again, what happened in Arkansas is not something that we had anything to do with, but we have to take you in. We can't just leave you here. It's not an option.
Do you realize how obnoxious that is? Do you realize how absurd that is when the officers knew they dropped me off at OSF? They knew that I had the warrant. They were Bloomington police.
That's something, again, when you go down to county, you'll be able to discuss with them. And again, when you go to court, that's something you can discuss. Anything that goes on through court that has nothing to do with us, but we have to bring you in. It's not an option just to be like, oh, well, we'll let it slide this time.
You're all demonic then. You're all demonic and you feed the devil.
No, ma'am.
Satanic. Yes. Because if anybody were to actually understand what the fuck I'm doing, I'm not doing anything. I'm not running from anything. This is absurd.
I want you to be able to speak your truth, but tonight isn't the place to do it. You have to go to court to do that, so we have to take you in.
Right, I have to go to court. But the father was never actually charged with anything. They turned around and they charged me with falsifying the report.
Again, that's
disgusting.
You have to do in the future with them, but we don't have an option. You have to come with us tonight. We can't leave until you come out of your car. And like you said, you're due in a couple days. We want to get this whole thing behind us, and I know you do too. So the longer you stall and everything like that, then we have to come inside your car and bring you out. And we don't want that. We don't want to get that undue stress on the baby, on you, anything like that.
Not filing properly is what stressed me out in the first fucking place. And who gives a shit about this child? No one gave a fuck. That's why they let a homeless girl just wander off. People are crazy.
She isn't wrong. Nobody gave a shit over there.
Okay. I don't know if it's something that you care about in the moment, but something else you have to realize is that if we can get you out peacefully and willingly, that's the end of it. It's just that charge for the warrant that we have to bring you in on. But if we have to forcefully get you out of the car, you can also be charged for resisting.
That's what they said when they caught me in the shower in Hot Springs, Arkansas.
Okay.
They came into the fucking
Yeah,
shower
Adonis,
in one of the gyms.
we're starting with the arrest videos so people know where we're starting from with the documents that I'm sharing tonight.
Well, luckily for us right now, you're not in the shower. You're in a car. You're safe in there, but we need to get you
You
out.
people are disgusting. You are. There's nothing right about anything that fucking happens. Protocol, procedure, regulations. Bullshit. Bullshit. All of it bullshit. Why do you think I'm 9 months pregnant and everybody's harassing me? Fucking deranged.
So we're not harassing you.
This is technically harassment.
We are doing our police duties. I ran your license and it came back as you had a warrant out of Arkansas.
Right.
And so what that means is we have to get you out of the car. We got to bring you down to the county, and then Arkansas goes from there with what they want to do. Okay.
Because
as far
they're
as the normal
sick.
police, us standpoint, right now we have to take you down to county.
What the fuck is gonna happen with my car then? You gonna impound that shit too? Just like they do in Arkansas constantly?
Do you have anyone in the area? Are you?
No, I'm fucking homeless.
What brought you up here?
I lived in Wisconsin for 20 years of my life.
Okay.
So that I was traveling up north. I'd looked for 9 months for resources and nobody actually did anything.
Mm-hmm. And were Bloomington or Normal? Was that another place you were?
I was just resting here because I enjoy the vegan food in the area.
Okay. Where was your next place you were planning on going after staying here for a little bit? Were you planning on going back to Wisconsin or going back to Arkansas? Watch out,
No.
BB, do you find... Okay, hold on. I didn't even notice that until now. Do you find it interesting that he brought up Wisconsin? I don't know. I just find it interesting that he brought up Wisconsin if she was going to go back there or to... So they must have seen something from there too.
What's wrong with you? All of you. Something wrong with all of you. Fucking sick. They're trying to break my fucking car. They're trying to break my fucking car. Why? Because they're fucking assholes. Why? Because they have to fucking listen to protocol. Why? Because this is sick. All of this is fucking sick. They can't fucking just leave the fucking well enough alone. No. Fucking assholes. They're trying to break my fucking car. They're trying to break my fuck.
Or anything like this. We have our job.
No, everybody's got.
Place you were planning on going after staying here for a little bit. Were you planning on going back to Wisconsin, or after staying here for a little bit? Were you planning on going back to Wisconsin, or going back? Where was your next place you were planning on going after staying here for a little bit? Were you planning on going back to Wisconsin, or going back to Arkansas? Watch out, guys.
No. What's wrong with you? All of you. Something wrong with all of you. Fucking sick. They're trying
People
to
are
break
sick.
my fucking car. They're trying to break my fucking car. Why? Because they're fucking assholes. Why? Because they have to fucking listen to protocol. Why? Because this is sick. All of this is fucking sick. They can't fucking just leave the fucking well enough alone. No. Fucking assholes. All of them. Look at how they fucking act. Fucking deranged. Just to fucking back each other up.
Deranged.
They don't fucking help anybody. They don't actually help the fucking people. All they want to do is fucking, and I'm over here smoking weed. Fucking, no, stop it. Quit being fucking crazy. That's why I have to fucking, goddamn, what is wrong with you? And if you break my fucking car, if you break my goddamn car, I swear to Christ, gonna have me for resisting arrest and shit. These fucking assholes. Why? Leave me alone. Let me have some fucking rest before I have to fucking pop the goddamn kid out. Jesus Christ, what do you want? I'm
trying to sleep here.
I just want to smoke my fucking weed. Let me relax. God, you guys are sick.
I know my partner's trying to explain it to you, but you've got a warrant, okay? And we got to do what we got to do, okay?
No, everybody's got to do what they got to do, right? If only people did what they had to do. If only people actually did what the fuck they had to fucking do. Why you gotta piss me off right now? Why? Why the fuck do you have to piss me off right now? Tell me. What is the purpose of this? Why would you fucking allow this shit? Why do you allow these fucking mongrels to get over with this shit? I can't do this. You guys are crazy. I'm not trying to drive the fuck away. I just want to fucking rest. You people are so sick, and I gotta piss? Immediately have to fucking piss. They're trying to say I resist arrest. No! The fuck is wrong with these people? There's no resisting. I just want to fucking rest. I'm 9 months goddamn pregnant. None of this makes any fucking sense to me. None of it. I'm just trying to fucking relax. Everybody's got a goddamn problem with everything. Every fucking thing. Fucking perverts. You're just gonna hold me and shit. What are you gonna do? You're gonna send me to fucking jail? Fucking crazy bitches. All of them. Not gonna give me water, gonna detain me, gonna have me drive, fucking sit in a car for hours.
You getting out?
Yes.
All right, she's getting out on this side, guys.
Okay, so she's arrested, right? They take her in on the 29th. Okay, let me pull this over here real quick. So she gets arrested for the Arkansas warrant, and resisting arrest charge was filed in McLean County, Illinois on August 29th. Okay. Bail was set at $1,500, and she stipulates to probable cause findings. Okay. August 30th is when the baby was born, and her bond was posted. Okay. This, let me pull this up. Is that warrant that they pulled her in for early in the morning. Yeah. It was super early in the morning. They pull her in. Okay. And she posts bond. I don't think we know, right? We don't know who posted the bond, but the bond gets posted, and everything happens. She speaks to the detective. All of that happens in the hospital. And I'm going to speculate here that she signed an AMA and left because we got another video. No, the date that she was brought in is the reason why I'm showing this. This is her mugshot that she was brought in when she was brought in to Illinois on the 29th. That's why I'm showing this real quick. We'll get to the details of this in a minute. Yes. The photo is from the Illinois arrest that we just watched. That's her mugshot from the Illinois arrest on the 29th. That's why I'm showing this real quick. So I'm convinced that she signed an AMA after the baby was born and everything went on there. And she signed that AMA because then we got the video that just popped up of her going back to the car. The window's busted. She's claiming somebody stole something out of her car. She claimed that the officers did, so on and so forth, right? Okay. She had her court hearing for the parental rights and on September 7th. And on September 14th, that was the arraignment for her resisting arrest. And they also had the Arkansas extradition hearing, or we're going to. So she had the arraignment for the resisting arrest charge case, and it was continued until after the Arkansas extradition hearing. Okay, which was going to be on September 20th. In between that time, we got some videos from Leticia. right? So she goes into court, severs her rights on the 7th. Court gets continued on the 14th. Let me pull up my notes too. Ooh-doo-doo. Yeah, okay. And we get this video on September 17th. We get this video on September 17th called Fools. So basically what's happening right now while she's out, she's waiting for the continuance, and she's telling everybody she's not going back to court. She's not going to just go back to court so that they can send her back to Arkansas, right? She's continuously saying that the baby was born on the 30th. So she's telling everybody she's not going to go back to court. They're just going to send her back to Arkansas. She's not going. She's not going. And then, you know, she's getting ramped up and upset too about everything. And we get this video called Fools. And what was this day? I would have to pull it up on a calendar because this was over the weekend. It was a Saturday. And on this Sunday, so Saturday was the 17th, Sunday was the 18th, and then Tuesday she would have had court. Keep that in mind.
Today's September 17th, 2022. I'm not really sure what you want of me, what you're asking of me, because some of the shit that you were asking for when there was a judge speaking it was too outlandish. The fact that my child was still ripped away from me and I could only see it once a week in order to regain custodial rights when it was illegal for you to have ripped him away in the first place.
I don't know if that's necessarily true. She's saying that she would see him once a week. Saturday was the 17th, yes.
There was no neglect. How could he have been neglected if he was just born?
Okay.
How is it that every time I delete all of my information off my phone, I still have no data, no storage?
That's such a weird jump, right? She's like, how is it that I could have possibly neglected this child when he was just born? And how come I don't have any data on my phone? What? I mean, the disconnect is insane.
How is it that you keep tampering with all of my shit and you keep tampering with everyone else's shit and you get them all distracted and I'm just like, what the fuck next? Give me my children back. I'm not even fucking asking anymore. Okay. I'm demanding of it. That's what has to be done. The fuck is wrong with you? You know that you're causing more damage to the child than I could have ever done. Ever. Ever. And my hiccup.
Okay.
That proves that. A lot of time I have like disruptive bowel movements, like gas.
So she's traveling during all of this too.
When I'm being accurate about something or correct. Super weird. Must be the chip that they implanted me with. Something weird is going on because all of a sudden I've got these heightened abilities. Look at this weird hair I have. Look how weird and clumpy my hair is. Why am I so weird looking? Why do I look this way? Why does no one listen to me? It's like when I say something, you're supposed to fucking listen. And they don't. I don't know what the fuck is going on if they just think that they're superior in some way or another. It makes no sense. You don't make any sense. None of you do. So, I want my child now. I don't want to fucking play your stupid nonsensical games anymore. We all know that every screen out there has pixels all over it, and each one of those pixels can gather information in some way or another to reflect exactly what's going on the other side, whomever's watching the screen. Same thing with the concept with mirrors and the metallics on there. Everything. You get all this information from nursery rhymes and horrifying, scary movies. Everything. There's a truth behind everything. The fact that everything is tracked and traced, every individual that we come in contact with, everything, somebody is coerced into doing something or another. Why do I refuse to take your fucking bait? Why? Why do I refuse it? Because it's the devil. You're working as the devil to manipulate us and to force us into certain engagements, to force us into certain cruel and unusual fucking interactions. I shouldn't even have to be socializing right now. I should have my money and I should just be on my own with my child, with my daughter, away from everyone else that traumatizes and horrifies me, and just with God and nature. I don't understand. I am trying so hard to just be good. I'm trying so hard to just be good. And all you're doing is horrifying me. Bring my shit back. I want it back. I don't think that you're understanding. I don't think that you're comprehensive of what you've done and how you've not necessarily destroyed me, but you've destroyed that innocent child. I couldn't have neglected the child. Medicinal marijuana is not the issue. Me not having housing, not an issue. Whatever else, me not having work, not an issue. I had my disability check. That should have sustained me and the child well enough. There's nothing that you can state that is viable in the court of law. So why is this that this is going through? Why are you still allowing them to persecute me and ostracize me and discriminate against me? Huh? Why? Can't I have my piece of my pie yet? Can I have like my cherry on top yet? You motherfucking pieces of shit. I'm very mad. Any mother would be. Any mother would talk to you like this because you need to be reprimanded severely. It's more than just a timeout at this point. It's more like you need to get beat to a bloody fucking pulp for stealing someone's fucking child. Are you
Okay, so we'll get to the specific words, but I wanted to get to this point real quick because clearly you're already seeing she's starting to make her threats. So what happens, okay, again, on the 20th, what was going to happen is she was going to go in for her hearing for the resisting charge and her extradition to Arkansas, and then she starts making these threats. So the state puts that together. And we have her being charged with 3 counts of harassment through electronic communications and like threat of death, right? So when you go to McLean, let me pull it up too, because I have it right here. And you look at that. Oh. There we go. So harassment, wait, am I sharing my screen? Okay, good. Harassment, threatened person / kill. And that's on there 3 times. And it's not on there 3 times for 3 people. It's on there for 3 separate threats. 3 separate threats. They have those 3 separate threats listed. Did they put the names on here? Yes, they did. Okay. So, harassment through electronic communications, in that the defendant knowingly used electronic communications for the purpose of threatening injury to the person or property of blank, the person to whom the electronic communication is directed, and in the course of the offense, the defendant threatened to kill blank and or a member of blank's family or household during a YouTube video entitled Fools. So the next day there were 2 videos. She did the Shrooms video, which is Vroom Vroom. It's time for Shrooms. And then the second video was Watching and Waiting. That's where the other 2, and those came on September 18th, which was Sunday. So right here, threatening to kill blank and or a member of blank's family or household during a YouTube video called Vroom Vroom, It's Time for Shrooms. So now we have Vroom Vroom, It's Time for Shrooms in an official court document. It's fantastic. And in the video entitled Watching and Waiting, and I have those videos. Watching and Waiting is a 20-minute video filled the whole thing. So a lot of the times Leticia will do these videos and just rant and then throw in a snide remark here and there. And usually it's the same kind of redundant conversation, but like this Watching and Waiting one was like a direct video threat for 20 minutes to the family. Which is then, so what they plan on doing when they put this together is that they were planning on bringing this to her court date on the 20th, but Leticia doesn't show up on the 20th. Like she had told everybody.
Merry Latitty Christmas, you fine little shit wizards.
Thank you, Matt Fields. I appreciate it. Merry Latitty Christmas to you too. So they intended on bringing these charges up at her court hearing for the resisting arrest charge and the extradition to Arkansas, but she wasn't there. She didn't show up. So now they need to find her. Now she's got these 3 charges of harassment and threatening to kill, on top of the resisting arrest, on top of the extradition. So they have this unscheduled hearing on the 20th. There's an echo. Hold on. Hopefully this is better. Okay. So now, like I said, now they have these and they're ready to bring these in, and they have an unscheduled hearing at 2 p.m. on the 20th. And there was the warrant issued, which was, do I still have that up? This warrant, where it says it was filed on the 20th. That's what this warrant was. And this warrant is different from the one that they had in Arkansas where, this warrant is different than the one that they had for the Okay, thank you, BB. So this is the one this one is different from the one that they had in Arkansas. The one they had in Arkansas was like there was a mileage limit. Like they could only go so far, right? With this one, they would have been able to pick her up anywhere in the country. She got picked up 3 days after this was issued in Wisconsin. I believe, and BB, correct me if I'm wrong, these charges were sealed on the 20th when they issued the warrant. Which is why we weren't able to see the harassment charges. We only were able to see that resisting arrest charge. And then we saw that she had a bond here for $1,500, and then there was another one. So they pursued the charges, which is where that other $1,500, but we weren't able to see this until the 27th. And that's when BB was able to pull that up, because this was actually sealed until they got her and picked her up on the 23rd, which is when they returned it. Well, no, we'll get to returned in a minute. So the 28th happens. So between the 23rd, hold on. I have to pull my notes back up. I'm sorry, guys. Something crazy happens. So she's gone, and the 23rd arrest happens in Wisconsin. She's picked up in Wisconsin for the felony case. The felony case with the 3 harassment charges, okay? The 27th, the record was found, and it was unsealed and posted on McLean. Sometime between the 20th and the 28th, the case was brought to a grand jury. So the grand jury basically needs to have, they determine if there's enough elements for the evidence for conviction. And it's 16 different people unrelated to the case. They look at all of the evidence, the state's evidence, and everything. So let me pull up those indictments from the grand jury, and then we also have the governor's warrant. Yeah, if a crime was committed, if Leticia is the suspect, and if there was enough evidence for a conviction, it's not a finding of guilt. Thank you. So what's crazy is, like, when they issued this warrant, from the time that the threats were made and were ready to go, she didn't show on the 20th. So the record's sealed, and within 3 days, they were, on this case hard to get her. And the reason I think that this is a big deal is this is entirely opposite in the way that Arkansas has handled her. Right? She has done this time and time and time and time and time again in Arkansas, and they've slapped her on the wrist with a misdemeanor or sent her to a psych or whatever, or both, or with both. So then she starts messing around, and they're not playing any games with her here. They've charged her with three felony charges of harassment through electronic communications. And again, they issued that warrant. She's got a grand jury determining if there's enough evidence here. Yeah, they're not messing around with her, which is good, because she has only ever experienced a quick slap on the wrist. And this is why she's been able to behave this way and get away with it for so long. I mean, years, so long. Okay. So the increasing threats leads to the governor's warrant. And the governor's warrant shows she was picked up outside of Illinois. So that means she was picked up in Wisconsin on the warrant for those felony charges. That's why she was picked up in Wisconsin. Let me play. Wait, I was on the right one.
Today's Sunday,
Watching and waiting.
18th, 2022. We all know that the U.S. government owes me a shit ton of money for the sexual assaults that happened to me by the orderlies in the psychiatric hospitals, as well as the officer of Garland County, Hot Springs, that forced me to give him fellatio while he was on duty.
So she had that hearing specifically to, she has that hearing where she wants her lawyer, was it her who, so she has to be the one to make the decision to have the governor's warrant issued. And Illinois jumped on that quick. And we're going to read through this and then I'll play it because this is good. Enclosed is our application of requisition for the return of the above named defendant who stands charged of a crime. If anything further is needed. So in here, it's that they're confirming that this is Leticia, where they're requesting the extradition, which is McLean County. She's a present location of the fugitive was Rock County, Wisconsin. Date of the arrest was the 22nd. Says personally outside of Illinois at the time the crime was committed, but committed acts which resulted in the crime were in Illinois. She's indicted. So circumstances of offense. The defendant surrendered her legal rights to her newborn child on September 7, 2022 through proceedings that occurred in McLean County. DCFS took protective custody of the child shortly after it was born in September of the year due to the safety concerns of the fact that the defendant made multiple statements that she intended to kill the child and leave the child in a ditch after it was born. Those statements were made via lengthy videos posted on YouTube while she was pregnant with her child. The victim blank and blank are now foster parents of the defendant's child. The victim reported that the defendant had recently posted multiple YouTube videos in which contained rhetoric of increasingly threatening nature. A deputy with the sheriff's office reviewed the videos posted by the defendant to her YouTube page and observed the defendant to make statements which contain threats of violence and threats to cause death. The statements do not mention the victim or his family by name, but they are clearly directed at him and his household because their statements all refer generally to the person who has the child. On September 17th, a video entitled Fools stated, "I'm gonna murder you, whoever is fucking caring for my child right now." On September 18th, the video entitled Watching and Waiting, she stated, "You better give me my fucking kid back. This is no game. This is no game. This is your death. I would recommend that you back up and see where you faltered and go back and correct it before you lose everything." On another one on September 18th, the video entitled Vroom Vroom, It's Time for Shrooms. She stated the foster parents cannot adopt him because he's not up for adoption, regardless of whatever paper they had that day. It is not viable in court. I have no idea how many times I have to repeat this, but I better get my child back this week. I'm not even playing anymore. Tell me, was it worth it? Will it be worth it when you're staring at your own loved ones dead in your fucking palms? In the same September video, she stated, "I will murder your bitch asses. I want my baby. I need my baby. I need my baby. I feel like the Hulk right now. Like I would just strangle the shit out of this bitch feeding my baby, my effing baby right now. I would strangle her to death." So the statutes are on here. Oh, hold on. I got to hide the screen because we got a little game to play. So everything that's attached to this governor's warrant includes the indictments, the state's attorney, sworn affidavit, probable cause affidavit, identification affidavit. Let me show you guys that too. Because we finally have a picture of her Wisconsin mugshot, which looks nuts. So this is the affidavit here saying, that this person has indeed worked with her and can identify her, essentially. Look at that. Oof. Okay. So let me hide this real quick before we play this game. I need to make that bigger. There we go. Boop. This is ridiculous. Okay. Ooh. There we go. It's worth it, I promise you guys. Okay, so I had to mark out the names of these, but what I figure we could do is you guys can help me figure out. BB, what did you want to name this little game? What was it? Guess that dookie finger? She looks like the freaking exorcist. I know, her eyes were just bulging. I don't know if they caught her at an inconvenient time. Maybe she was doing some more of her shrooms. Yes. I would assume because she never changed it back. Your Honor, I'm on my menses. Yeah, I would just assume because she never changed it back. Okay. She knows exactly. You know what this shows also when you're looking at these fingerprints? What this shows also is that she was giving these officers a hard time. Look how ridiculous these fingerprints look. Like you can really tell here that they probably had to hold her there and put her fingers on there, right? Number 2 is full of poo. 5th one on the top. It just usually when I've had to have them done for work. So I've had to have my fingerprints done for work, and it shouldn't look this, ridiculous. You should be able to really identify, and it looks like her hands and she's fighting with them. At least to me, it does. They're real messy. And just with the way that she behaves when she's brought in, I mean, on many occasions when she was brought in that morning, when we showed, when she was brought in that morning, she was talking about how she was giving the officers a hard time. She had to pee right when she got in there. Like, it was a whole thing. She sends herself into labor while she's at the jail. The rookie finger. Yeah. And the thing is she's not. She's been playing this game for years. And now she's in a state where they're like, no, we're not playing your game. Which, thank God. Which, I want to get to in just a minute. We're going to talk about like those charges, the statute that she's being charged with, and the sentencing with that. And BB was able to discuss with me what we're probably going to see and a basic understanding of really what she's most likely going to be serving. So we're going to get to that too. Did they say that she was armed? No, she wasn't armed. I don't know where that came from. Right. And me and BB were talking about that too. It would be really cool to be able to see that video and the video where they had to bust down the door in the motel, and then being able to see that video of them trying to get her out of the car, finagling that freaking thing to get her door open, all of that. That would be interesting to see it from their perspective too. That would be great. Okay, so this is the statute. So harassment through communications, and 5.3 threatening. Okay, yeah. So threatening injury to a person or to the property of the person to whom an electronic communication is directed, or to any of his family or household, his or her family or household members. Yes. So let me pull up what BB was able to present to me too, because this is normally a Let me pull up the case file too and make sure I'm lined up with everything. So, bill of indictment were filed on the 28th. The 3 counts to the case were added, the 3 charges. Application for requisition is prepared on the 11th. The warrant was returned. There we go. On the 18th, when she was transferred back to, so the 18th of November, when she was brought back to Illinois. So she was brought back, obviously, when the governor's warrant came back. I'm missing something. I had it all pulled up and then I switched my screens. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. Let me go ahead and play this watching and waiting because this is a really intense video.
We all know that I'm owed a lot of money. We all know that my story is real, that everything that I've talked about is factual, that everything could be tracked and traced, that these individuals should be held accountable for the trauma that I've sustained.
That's what I'm pulling up.
Throughout my life. I had informed everyone of what my father did to me. I informed everyone of what my brother had done to me. And then now the officers that stole my child under false pretenses. I'm not okay. I'm not doing well. I need my child back. And the fact that I demand it is it's not a question of whether or not it was in danger. Everyone knew he wasn't in danger. You owe me so much money. You owe me so many finances. You owe me a suitable house. You didn't get that adjusted by the time my child came. So now I look like I'm down and out because I didn't have a home for it. That's not true. You owe me. You owe me a shit ton of fucking money. If you don't offer that, then you owe me the corpses of the people that violated me. And I'd like to see them so that I can violate them myself after they're dead. You owe me a lot. The federal government owes me a lot. And instead you're still just reaping from me. Like you're stealing my sanity every day that I'm away from my son. You thought that I was giving him up just easily like that? No, you did it illegally. You asked for signatures immediately following a traumatic event. Those things are not viable. Not in the court of law. None of it. If you talk to any psychiatrist, any psychologist, you'd understand that was illegal, what they had done. This happens all the time to people that don't know any better and that are disabled and just go with the flow and go with these individuals because they make it seem so realistic. They make it seem like they're going to help you. They make it seem like they're benefiting you by offering you all these random shots, by giving you things that you didn't consent to, by detaining you, all these things. So all of that was illegal.
Yeah, she's still got things going on in other states. What we're talking about specifically so far, everything that I've gone through so far, all covers those 3 charges, those 3 felony charges. So we started with that false report. She gets picked up in Illinois for the false report. She gets let out when she has the baby. And she's supposed to, she has the custody hearing, or not the custody hearing. So she has the relinquishing of her parental rights and everything on the 7th. Everything gets continued on the 14th to the 20th. And within that time, she ends up she makes these threats to the family, which if she hadn't done, more than likely she would have been transferred back to Arkansas with time served, or they would have dropped the charges for the resisting. and she would have been shipped back to Arkansas. But instead, what they did is they pursued the resisting charge and the harassing and threats charges. Excuse me.
You owe me a shit ton of money. I'm not trying to go for the money here. What I wanted was love. You didn't offer me love, so I had to figure out what are these ways of sharing my story with the world so people could recognize what the fuck was really going on in my tail. How all of a sudden I'm not pregnant anymore. My hormones are still flipping the fuck out. I've had a baby less than 3 weeks ago. They expect me to stand in front of a judge and to be hauled off to go to jail. No, bitch. Bring me my fucking son, and I expect an apology. I don't give a fuck what you do with the father. I thought you were joking. You already know how fucking godly I am. You know how saintly I fucking am, how I go around doing beneficial things for others. Give me my fucking kid back. And saints talk like this all the time when they have to prove a fucking point, you stupid bitches. Give me my child now. I'm not asking you nicely anymore, you stupid cunts, because obviously you don't understand what it's like to have your child ripped out of your fucking body, and then hours later you don't have it anymore because someone all of a sudden said something that made you look like whatever. It wasn't the allegations. You'd been following me the entire time. You were waiting for that child to drop. You forced me into giving birth in a fucking.
So odds are they went to Wisconsin because, again, they said it in that video, hey, because she said that she lived in Wisconsin. So it only makes sense that if they can't find her in Illinois, where do we go next? We look in Wisconsin and we look in Arkansas, which is another reason why it was probably pretty quick for them to find her because, they found her in 3 days. When that warrant was issued, it took them 3 days to get her. So it only makes sense that she just went in on that warrant because, again, this was a countrywide thing. There were no charges. There was no incident or anything like that related to that. So it only makes sense that they just found her via her car. And there are other ways that she could have been found too. And the system and what they can issue, other types of warrants that they could have issued to be able to help find her as well.
Jail cell. That's how sick and deranged you are. I need my child back. We all know that the Supreme Court would rule in my favor and you'd owe me a shit ton of money. We already know that. Give me my shit back now. I don't give a fuck about your stupid proceedings, how you need to make it look in the courts. You fix it now. I have explained this to you fucking year after year, and now there's another life in your fucking hands. In danger of your fucking injections, of your fucking tainted fucking mutilated fucking medical systems that don't help with a goddamn. You knew I was seeking fucking stability prior to the baby being here. Give me my child back. I am not even fucking playing with you. You are going to fucking hell. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses.
This is so bizarre how aggressive she's saying this.
As we forgive those who've trespassed against us, once they offer my belongings back. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from your insanity and evil. Amen. So, you need to give me my fucking shit back. You need to offer it nicely and not have it mutilated and all distorted like you do with other people's shit. They'll get it back, but in pieces? No. I want my child perfect like he was 8 hours after I gave birth, after I placed all the effort into taking care of him. Not your fucking systems, not your bullshit. You pay for my disability check, but that doesn't mean you own us. It didn't mean that you owned him. I said that shit jokingly because I thought, you know what, you've done this for years. We have our freedom, right?
Also, think about this when you're listening to her talk about wanting her baby back and everything. She doesn't want this baby back. She wants the check that comes with it. That's what she wants. She wants the check. She wants the check that comes with this baby, and the same way with TLC. This isn't about the desire to get her baby back.
That was against my constitutional rights. That you came up and you physically stole my property all of these times. And then you place me in jail and you expect my mother to sit there and bail me out constantly. Give me my child. There is no way around this. You are damaging me more psychologically by doing this, as well as my child. Do you not realize the repercussions of this? How this story is going to get fucking exposed? How this particular thing is going to blow up and you guys are going to look like fucking demons and no one is going to trust you. And there's going to be a fucking
Imagine
outrageous
interviewing the
fucking
deputy who
uproar.
was paid to watch all of TLC's videos for evidence.
Lean and mean, thank you. That would be whew. And we were hoping, okay, so we're going to get to that too, because we also have a little bit to go over about the resisting charge. And I'll get to that in a minute, because usually you would have like a statement of what happened from the officer. And yeah, so let me pull up.
Steals from a woman that doesn't do anything, is one of the sweetest people you could meet face to face, offers you as much as she possibly can, including her time and her helpful hands, her efforts, is not a fucking pervert, is not somebody that's going to steal or violate someone else, because I know the words of God very clearly. They ring true to me in my heart constantly. You need to offer me my child back peacefully, calmly, and with respect. And I apologize for what you've done. You've destroyed this child. You've destroyed him by placing fucking nasty contaminants in his system. I want and need my child, and you are going to offer him back. You are going to give him back peacefully now so I can continue to breastfeed. You are going to fucking offer him now. And if you don't, well, oh my God, I wouldn't want to know what happens if you don't give him back. I wouldn't want to know. I really don't. Enough is enough. After all these years, you owe me a shit ton of money. The doctor that fired me because he was a male doctor and wouldn't allow me to be seen by anyone else, any of the female clinicians, because he couldn't see me. Violation of my constitutional rights. So much of this. You have studied me. You've experimented on me. You've exposed me to toxins. I need my child. I need money. I need to sustain him. I need everything I ever wanted. I need it now. I am not even playing with you. Today is September 18th, 2022, and I'm expecting it. I'm expecting it now. I don't know what the fuck is going on with you. Why you think that this is getting funnier and funnier for you. You're getting fucked in the ass after all of this. Do you not see that? How much money I'm going to be stealing from you, and you're going to end up you're going to be begging on the streets. All of you. You're going to be the ones panhandling. You're going to be the ones in my position, everything robbed from you. You're going to get raped. Do you not realize? What goes around comes around. You need to give me my things back so I can enjoy them while they're young and fresh, instead of everyone else enjoying it and then I get what, the leftovers? No. I need my child back now before you destroy him, before you contaminate his fucking brain and his DNA. Give him back now. So I hope everyone's having a blessed Sunday. This is my prayers to God right now. They better do what I say, or God's going to smite everyone. And I tell everyone, I'm not speaking for myself. I'm speaking for the words of God here. The words of God say, you don't steal children from mothers, because that makes everyone go crazy. Every single person. You don't steal babies from mommies because they're good mommies and they don't do anything. They just speak a little bit of shit, but they don't actually act upon it. And the reason they speak shit is because nobody's listening, because they've been violated and they're owed a lot. They're owed a lot. So you need to give me my things back so I can live peacefully with my children and not have any threats, nothing. I would never speak a foul word ever again. Honestly. So you need to offer me my shit back. And I say shit very lightly, like I said. And I mean that now. I need my stuff. I'm not fucking with you any more weeks, any more seasons, any more months. You need to offer this shit now so I can calm the fuck down, so I don't have to smoke so much goddamn weed. So I don't have to waste my money on my medication, my rightful medication. So I don't have to waste my money on all this food, this toxic food. You need to give me my things back now. I am not playing. If I end up harming myself, everyone knows it's on you. It's on the federal government. It's on the U.S. government. If I commit suicide again today, then it's on everyone else that has harassed me and stolen from me, robbed me, and raped me, and left me for dead. Then if I commit suicide and you have a dead body on your hands, that means my family can sue your asses and get a shit ton of money. Do you understand that? Does that make sense to everyone? Because they bullied me into nothingness. They bullied me into trying to get a job. No, I'm never going to get a job. Don't you understand? I'm owed a lot of money. I don't need a job. What I need is to relax and stay away from every single human being, including the electronics, because they're tainted. All of this is the devil. So what I need is to relax and stay away from every single human being, including the electronics, because they're tainted. All of this is the devil. So what I need is for you to back the fuck up. And what I need is for you to expose what you've been doing, which is violating everyone's privacy and not disclosing that you've had 3D imaging of us and been able to see through our homes for many years. And you've been actually recording all of it for every single person, everywhere, because of all the electrical grids and everything. So, and wireless, all of that. So anyway, and that is a violation of our constitutional rights, which means that you owe me a lot of money because I figured a lot of this out. And I realized too, in all these hidden codes and all this backward terms, and you did this illegally, unlawfully. Give me my children back. So I'm not asking anymore. I'm telling you, I'm demanding that you do this, or if you don't, you're going to get smited. And if you're on that side with the devil, you're still going to get smited. It doesn't matter. I don't understand why you'd want to damage yourself even further. I'm not really sure why. Repentance is the only thing that's going to salvage you whatsoever. So I hope everyone's having a blessed Sunday. I expect my belongings back very, very, very soon. Within this like few hours, within this week, within this everything. And so then I can just drop
Everything
all
is
these charges,
materialistic
right?
that
So I
she
can-
is wanting back, right? This is what this is about. Again, she wants to get high. She wants to have money. This has nothing to do with the babies.
Stop and wave my white flag, and you can wave yours as well, because you've already lost. You've already lost. So in all of this, you've lost. You fucked with the wrong girl. You raped the wrong girl. You stole from the wrong girl. And God is not going to be okay with that. God is not going to be okay with that. And everyone knows Leticia. Leticia tries her best. And sure, she's done some crazy, stupid, disgusting things in her life, but she repented for it and she didn't do it again. So you're fucked. You're absolutely fucked. We're only human, right? We make mistakes, but you're not offering me my shit back, and I'm going to make you look fucking crazy. You know? I'm going to make you look fucking insane. I may physically look like it because I'm aesthetically not as pleasing as most. That doesn't mean I'm not as smart. That doesn't mean that I didn't catch on and I didn't already know that all of this should have already been filed and processed. And the fact that I filed for rape years ago and they said that they were going to process that, that's one thing. And they haven't gotten around to it. I'm sorry, it's been how many years? And I had a baby in 9 months and you couldn't figure stuff out so I could get my money and cut and run so I could take care of my baby on my own and fuck everybody and their fucking demonic view of these, you know, unwed mothers and everything, because he was my child. It didn't matter that he was conceived, you know, unlawfully and ungodly. It didn't matter. I still loved him. He was still my flesh and blood. You are still so sick to have removed him from my side and to think that it was going to make me any better. No, it made it worse. You make it worse. Any additives you fucking inject, any human beings.
The baby being taken had nothing to do with making it better for you, hun.
That you force into my fucking reality, you need to back down now. You need to bow down and realize you've lost. Give it up and give me my shit back. All of you have done illegal fucking things, and do you not realize all this shit should have been processed correct?
EMC, from my understanding, I don't know. There's speculation on whether it has been it's been repossessed, but I don't think there's any confirming anything about where the vehicle is.
The fact that I was assaulted, the fact that everyone has robbed and raped me, including my ex-husband, raped me and robbed me, and you have still not stood up to own up to the mistakes that you have made in the legal system. Do it. And I'm sick and tired of being accused of shit that I didn't do. And they were not false accusations. I was raped. I want that child. It doesn't matter. All these things. Give me my fucking shit back. Satan is after you, you fucking psychopaths. So, God will be after you soon enough if you don't recognize what the fuck you've done wrong. This is not okay. You do not continue to do this shit. I was born in a first world country. This shouldn't be happening. They should have recognized this paperwork. This nonsensical fucking backward fucking tiny little, oh, did you read the fine print? No, the fine print discloses that you're fucked for lying to me. That's exactly what that states. There is always a guarantee. There's always a money back guarantee. Give me my shit. And I'm not asking nicely. I'm demanding. Oh my God, there she goes. She thinks I know I'm better than you. I know I own your bitch asses. I know after every single thing that I've been through, that's a shit ton of money. Shit ton of money. And I kept my mouth shut because I expected you to change something. I'd expected you wanted to alter it nicely, but you didn't. Instead, I'm still sitting here suffering, waiting for my child. Where is he? I need him suckling at my fucking teat and not fucking sucking on plastic, you sick fucks. Give me my child, and if he's tasting anyone else's milk, I swear to God, you are going to burn in fucking hell alive. So, alright, I hope everyone's having a blessed day. You better give me my fucking kid back. This is no game. This is no game. This is your death. This is your fucking soul that we're playing for, not mine. This is a game, and you are losing big time. I would recommend that you back up and see where you faltered and go back and correct it before you lose everything. All right. I love you guys very much. September 18th, 2022, Leticia Collins Servin. I'll be expecting those gifts randomly. I mean, you know where I'm at. You know exactly where I am at.
I'll be
Silent stick, I'll
expecting
expect those gifts.
those gifts.
Any moment. Any moment I'll expect them. You know? Because if not, then this game is going to get so much more bloody. So much more bloody. And it's going to be your pawns and your pieces that are going to go down. Not mine. I hope you have a blessed day. Watch your back. Love.
Okay, so normally she was charged, right, with the harassing communications. Normally, these are misdemeanor. This is a misdemeanor offense. Okay, let me pull this up for you guys. Okay, this is except as provided in five three. At the time of the offense, the offender was okay. These are the stipulations that would turn this into a felony.
Leticia Collins Servin. Bye-bye. I'll be watching.
Oh, I guess I should pause that. Right? These are the different things that they would be like you need to meet, right? For sentencing, all of that. In the following circumstance, a person who violates section of this article shall be guilty as a class 4 felony. The person has 3 or more prior violations in the last 10 years of harassment by telephone, harassment through electronic communications, or any similar offense of any other state. Okay? Which she meets, right? We all have talked about all of those different charges she has in Arkansas. She absolutely meets that. Number 2 doesn't count because it's based off of committing this offense to the same victim. Number 3, at the time of the offense, the offender was under conditions of pretrial release, probation, conditional discharge, mandatory supervised release, which she was released on bond. So this one counts. In the course of the offense, the offender threatened to kill the victim or any member of the victim's family or household, which she did. Number 5 doesn't count because she hasn't been officially convicted of a felony at any point. The person was at least 18 years old at the time. And if the court may order any person convicted under this article to submit to a psychiatric examination. So that's something interesting too. Also under a no contact order, and yes, also under the no contact order. So no, she is not allowed to contact that baby. I saw someone ask if if she is ever going to be able to see the baby or anything. She's not able to contact that baby for many years. She's not allowed to contact that baby. Or so number 3 counts is at the time of the offense, the offender was under conditions of pretrial release, probation, conditional discharge, mandatory supervised release, or was the subject of an order of protection, or was the subject in this or any state prohibiting contact with the victim or any member of the victim's family or household. And that would count as her not being able to contact the baby. So her making threats to who's taking care of the baby would count because they're a part of the household. Okay? Until she's 21 years old. Exactly. Or he is 21. Okay. So these here is what makes this a felony. The 3 videos we pulled up and they listed, which is the Fools, Watching and Waiting, Vroom Vroom, It's Time for Shrooms, which is a lot of fun seeing that in an official court record. Those are the 3 threats to kill. So she's got 3 felony charges, 3 class 4 felony charges. And if I'm not mistaken, that's the lowest felony. Okay. For class 4 felony, the sentence of imprisonment shall be determined sentence of not less than 1 year and not more than 3 years. Sentencing of imprisonment for an extended term as not provided shall be a term not less than 3 years and not more than 6 years. Okay. BB and I were speaking, and she was able to explain to me that most likely what's going to happen is that she is going to end up being, if convicted, of course, then sentencing comes along. And there are like we talked about, we see those threats there. There's obviously the 3 threats there. And then we were just now looking at the stipulations that make it a felony. So now we're looking at the sentencing, if and once she's convicted. No. So here's the thing. Most likely what she'll get is a concurrent sentence, meaning 3. And so if she were to get a consecutive sentence, yes, but most likely what is going to happen is she's going to get a concurrent sentence, because let's say this is not a repeated thing. So let me explain it this way. If Leticia were to have made threats to this family and was arrested for this, and then they dropped the charges and she was released, and then she made the threats again, then yeah, you would probably look at a consecutive sentence. But because this was all within one instance, a concurrent sentence would mean that she would have it all run at the same time exactly, and it would be 3 years in prison. With good time, 18 months, I believe, is what we discussed. And BB, correct me if I'm wrong. So with good time served, you're looking at 18 months. no less than, so what's happening here is it's going to be no less than 1 year and no more than 3 years, and she will be going to prison. With this felony charge too, if once convicted and sentenced, there goes the whole driving force to so much of this, which is getting that check and getting as much of that check as she possibly can from the government. It's not a lot of time, no, but you have to look at it from a perspective of equality. And because we're really emotional, we want to see, we're emotional about this, and we've watched all of this go down, and we know that she's a terrible person and she continues to repeat this behavior. We're like, man, we want her to have as much time. But if this were any other case, you can't look at it from that perspective. It has to be from no strings attached, no emotion involved. It's an equality thing. Yes. The SSDI checks are at the root of everything over the past couple of years that she has done. And we are going to be doing a big video on the timelines of everything and the driving force behind everything. BB and I had a very long conversation last night, and it is a beautifully put together timeline of everything that led us to her YouTube channel and why we saw and we have seen everything that we have seen. No, so because if and when she gets charged, that's what I was saying, because this is a felony, if and when she gets charged, sentenced, she will no longer be eligible for that. And it's going to be very, very interesting to see what happens upon release. The sentencing guidelines are to make sure that all similarly situated defendants receive equal sentences. The guidelines create conformity as uniformity as justice requires. I think they can get SSI. I don't think that they can get SSDI. Or vice versa. It's something like that. I want to make sure I'm not missing something. I feel like I am. Oh. The resisting charge. Okay. So, correct me if I'm wrong, BB, but if I'm not mistaken, the statement of the officer's experience, basically, we're waiting for. They can get it, but she loses benefits while in prison and must reapply after. Okay, thank you. Sorry about that, guys. I thought that they couldn't for some reason. Thank you for correcting me on that. Okay, let me pull up because there is stuff on, and it's nothing too exciting because I think it's weird what happened when this information was requested. So right now what's happening is November 18th, there was the hearing to have her moved over to Illinois. She was returned. The warrant was returned. Defendants in custody at McLean. And there is a bond set For the resisting case, a $1,500. On November 23rd, there was a bond hearing for the harassing communications, and bond remains at $100,000. Okay. November 29th, the arraignment hearing for resisting arrest. Leticia pleads not guilty to the resisting arrest. Okay. There it is. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. So we're waiting for the arrest report, and hopefully it'll be given. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, but it's still an open case, so maybe not. Maybe not till after. And I have to pull up the Google Doc we have. So I find it crazy, but also, okay, so here's some perspective on what, like, let's really think about what happened. They ended up having a grand jury indict her on these charges, which, you know, and they did this so quick. And I mean, within 7 days, they issued a warrant, have her picked up, have a grand jury indict her on these charges. And it's just, there's so much happening at one time. And it's kind of like a big deal to think about her getting indicted with a grand jury. It just doesn't, I don't think you would normally see that in another case. I mean, well, we're talking, like, if she weren't to have threatened the life, right, that threatened to kill, I'm trying to think of a way to put this. Like, there's a case right now between two people that we know in this community, and it's the same charge in a different state. It's harassing through electronic communications. So just thinking about the hunt down, the way that they went after her, I think is serious karma. But I don't think she's going to be in jail as long as people had hoped. Or prison, excuse me. But I wonder if this is going to affect her in a different way, because she's definitely getting more time than she's ever served. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I think that no way is she going to. That's not who she is. That's not who she is at all. If she's charged, though, with the felony, she's getting at least a year. And the time from the time she got, so the time that she was in Illinois and then the time that she came back, I think that together is like technically could be added. But the time that she was in Wisconsin, doesn't count, I don't believe. But it's not like a whole lot of time difference anyways, because she's been in jail since September. So it's not like she's been in there for too long. But being in jail at any amount of time feels like forever. Why is it not pulling up? There it is. Sorry about that, guys. I have a feeling, after looking at all of this, that there's a possibility, and this is just speculation, I want to make that clear. She had someone go to her car.
Well, looks like just another thing. Somebody, and I say somebody, but you know damn well that somebody in this area didn't like me discussing what was going on and broke into my car, and all they did was steal my weed. And you know, it was probably pertaining to the officers because nobody else knew where my vehicle was. And if they didn't secure the vehicle properly, then that's one story, but all of my belongings were sifted through and they really destroyed it. So hopefully I can get this cleaned up and go about my day, and then I'll need hopefully somebody will donate for me to get a new window. That's not good. There's glass everywhere. That's kind of interesting to get back to. I mean, a lot of bad things happen to me, but I don't even bother sometimes because people are crazy, and a majority of the time, if I try to speak up about something like this, nobody cares anyway. It's not like they're going to get back my stuff or make an effort to place any effort toward trying to fix this. So that's my life for you, though. I'm not going to cry.
So the arraignment for the felony charges are... Boop. Oh no. Timed me out. Erg. Yeah, arraignment for the felony charges are on December 9th. Okay. Let me pull
About it.
up this next charge.
Local dispensary and try to get something to smoke so I can get away from all of this
Modified.
toxicity. And then they act like, oh yeah, you're gonna be fine, everything's gonna be fine. No, it's more than likely it's the officers that did all of that. And even if it wasn't, then it was them that was held responsible for allowing this to be unsecure in this area next to this building, which I'm sure there could have been some semblance of finding out where this was and who did it, especially with all, like I said, the timestamps and whatever. But there was some people too, when I was trying to rest here the other day, they came and pulled up next to the car. So I'm not even worried about it. The moment I try to file for this, it's not even worth it. So people are crazy. I really don't understand why they would even bother. And then also too, the officers actually went through all of my belongings and they acted like they didn't, but they actually tried to say that I was, you know, because I was endangering the child by smoking in the car, that actually helped me and the child to survive. And so this is the kind of shit that the officers do. I know damn well that it has something to do with them, and there's nothing else that could have happened. So all that hundreds of dollars of marijuana was stolen, and like even the new pipe that I was using and my charging cord is gone. Really, there wasn't anything else of relevance in here, but I know that the officers said that they were going to do a search that evening that I had gotten arrested. So you can probably bet that it had something to do with the officers, and the fact that my suitcase was moved and all of that means that and they locked it or whatever, but that doesn't mean that they didn't come back and dishevel it. So yeah, they went through some of my belongings and it doesn't even matter. I mean, I already lost a baby today. What's the problem in losing a window? And what?
This is on the 30th. I feel like she had to have signed an AMA for us to have gotten this. So this right here is the record sheet for the resisting arrest. And As we know, she was arraigned, and she pled not guilty. So resisting a peace officer in that she knowingly resisted the performance of a normal police department peace officer blank of the authorized act within his official capacity, being the arrest of the defendant pursuant to an arrest warrant. Said defendant knowing officer to be a peace officer engaged in the execution of his official duties, and that said defendant refused to exit her vehicle despite repeated commands to do so, and threatened and interfered with the officer's attempt to unlock the vehicle in order to effectuate the arrest. And that's who she is, right? And here is, okay, there's the email. Give me 1 second.
Whatever else. It's none of my business what people do or abuse and harass me with. It really isn't. It's not really even a big deal. Most people scream and holler about this stuff. I just know that I'd probably take some of that glass and slit my wrists. That would be good. That would probably be the only thing that would help the situation, truly help it. That's funny, actually. People say that I don't have enough stress to deal with, and it's like, oh no, this is the kind of stuff that happens because I didn't have any of this stuff happen prior. But then now with the baby and everything, of course, everybody hates me, and they pinpoint me and they pinpoint my location and do shit like this, and there's nothing that can be done about it because the officers aren't going to listen to reason, and they sure as hell aren't going to help anybody. You see that big old brick? You would think they'd be able to get DNA from that brick and all of that, but
so like I said, BB reached out and she was able to help me get this information. I thought I pulled it over. Here is the email to the state's attorney. Upon my proper request, provided to me the official court record in the people of the state of Illinois versus Leticia Collins and places a case number. Absent from the court record is the probate cause affidavit presented to the court. So when she contacted them, she was made aware that the probate cause was read in court but not filed, wherein finding probable cause was made. The clerk indicated that the probable cause affidavit was read in court on the date but not filed into the record. The clerk referred me to your office to request a copy of the probable cause affidavit or sworn arrest report that was presented orally in court. Please advise at your earliest convenience the proper steps in requesting a copy of this document, right? So this is an email directly to the state's attorney. Usually you have like a secretary or something that you would end up getting a response from. She sends this email at 9:38 a.m. this morning. She gets a response back 10 minutes later from the state's attorney. Thank you for your inquiry. The Office of McLean County State's Attorney does not possess documents of the type that you're requesting. My review of the court record indicates that on August 29th, there was a stipulation as to the existence of probable cause made by defense counsel for the defendant. As such, there was no recitation of probable cause made to the court, And my office does not possess a probable cause affidavit, in quotes, or sworn arrest report, in quotation marks, right? Which, okay, so here's something that I find bizarre is him putting this in quotation marks and kind of dancing around the fact that she's asking for the arrest report. Of course they have the arrest report. Yeah, the dude's name is on the state's information charge. So he's dealing with both cases. Yeah, so she already went to the clerk of courts, which is who told her to reach out to the state's attorney. But it raises questions like, he's answering these types of emails, so maybe he needs a secretary. I don't know. And maybe that's why it was so quick. He was so quick to be like, no, we don't have that. But I find it, like I said, it's weird that he's dancing around the fact that she's just asking for the arrest report. So like either just say, no, we don't have it, or yes, or no, you can't have it, or yes, or whatever. But to say that you don't have it, I find strange. Yes, Bradley Rigdon. Which is on the state's record, right? So, no. Which is this one. No, that's not it. Here it is. Where did it go? I think it's further down. Yeah, the fact that they had that scheduled and taken, like, it all put together so quickly, maybe I don't know. They're not messing around with this case. That's why it's probably, I don't think that she's just going to get a slap on the wrist with this. Not the way that Arkansas did, at least. Not at the very least. Yeah, it's right there, Bradley Rigdon. And then underneath it says, oh, okay, by the assistant. Okay, so Bradley Rigdon right there. Right there. Here and here. Yeah, it's all over everything. He's on both. Like, both cases. I have the other ones over here. Something's being done, yes. But she's not going to spend 10 years in jail or in prison, I don't even think that she'll necessarily even spend 3 years in prison. Maybe a year, maybe a little over a year. But also, probation too, so she can be under the state's supervision. So there's a possibility there is going to be an arrest report that we'll be able to look at too. And then, like I said, we're also working on a timeline of everything that kind of led up to this YouTube fiasco and everything that we've seen her, the events leading up to her getting pregnant and potentially why. A lot of this everything is kind of the driving force of everything looks like this state check and getting the government to just pay her way. Obviously, there's more sadistic and sinister things going on and everything, but to simplify it, she wants the state's check and she's willing to do just about anything to get the government to pay her away. Let me pull up the detective conversation. So it was going to pull up the Vroom Vroom, and I still haven't found the specific timestamp of what they added to the documents here, because it's like a 5-hour live stream, and I just didn't have enough time to find the timestamp for it. But when I do, I'll post it on the community page and let you guys know, like, here is the timestamp for the third charge. I don't know why I did that. I have her right there.
Sure.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
Okay. Obviously, you knew that.
Is there, okay. Let me know if you guys have any questions, if there's any other documents you guys want to look at. I'll play this unless you guys have a different one in mind that you would like to watch. Yeah.
DCFS is coming, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Do you know why they're coming?
No. Aside from being homeless.
Being homeless? Okay. Do you think that's the only reason why?
Well, that and the words that I said, my freedom of speech.
What words were those?
On YouTube.
Okay. When did you make these?
Within the last 9 months.
Okay. What did you say? I've seen one video of yours, and that was as of, I think that was right after you when you're snuggling with your baby. So that's all I've seen.
Oh, okay. Well, there were a lot of things that I said throughout this pregnancy that might not have been kosher for some, and that's why people get frustrated with me, because of my freedom of speech. What is it that you needed to talk to me about?
Okay. So the making sure that your baby boy is taken care of.
Mhm.
Okay. And apparently there's something in what you had posted recently or since you've been pregnant
Mhm.
in reference to your now born child, but at the time unborn child,
Right.
that you had mentioned possibly harming this child,
Right.
killing this child.
Right.
And so so that's why I'm here. That's why DCFS is coming,
Mhm.
because they want to make sure that obviously.
I don't have any ill will toward the child whatsoever. I don't have any ill will towards children or puppies. I know it's a long story, but I don't have any ill will toward things that are harmless, innocent. Why would I want to harm anything when, in fact, like in my perspective, I was innocent too, and I had a lot of crap happen to me as a kid. So when I talk about this stuff, and none of the perpetrators ever got reprimanded in my case. So that's why I get so volatile verbally, because it feels like no one ever listened back then. No one ever understood when my parents actually physically harmed me, or when other people actually physically acted out these things. So for the last years, I started sort of building my mental fortitude by refraining from engaging with anyone and any of the people that might have abused me. And then, of course, the father and what had happened. And I didn't anticipate getting pregnant from it. And it was a horrifying ordeal, the entire pregnancy, being all alone and not being able to like talk to anybody or to really have any safe, secure, I wouldn't say even just resources, but any safe, secure, emotional support even, so when I started making the videos about all of it, it was all of my aggravation. Who wouldn't want to think these things? Who wouldn't want to harm themselves because they're snapping, because they have nothing and they have nothing to offer their child? And what is going to happen? So I had talked to handfuls of people throughout Arkansas, Illinois, all these different locations, and tried very hard to seek resources for the baby, and that would have settled it. I would have never spoken a bad word about it.
Seek resources for the baby. What do you mean by
Like housing, like shelter,
that? For you and the baby, or
Yeah.
just the baby?
No, I wanted to stay with him. From the moment I knew he was there, I mean, he's my child, and so I did want to keep him. But then I also knew too that people frown upon unwed mothers still, and even in this day and age, because I was raised Catholic, I was raised in a Catholic school, so there's a lot to do with that, and the stigma that comes from having a child just on your own. So of course I was really irritable, knowing that the father had just sort of ran off to do whatever he wanted, and was doing whatever he wanted prior, and lied to me in order to engage with me like that, which is sick, very sick and sad. Why would you go to that extent to harm someone just because they had pretty pictures? You know, everyone knew I had disclosed on my profiles, homeless, disability, PTSD, you know, please don't mess with me, like in that form. And then all this happened. I would say I apologize for stating these things, but I really don't. I mean, everyone goes through these things, but they're not able to verbalize them. And then that's when people act upon them. When people aren't able to clarify their feelings and to really get every card out on the table and say, you know, well, this is what could happen, or this is what everybody wants to push me into doing. And then it's like, what do you really want? What is it that you're really seeking? But yeah, I don't anticipate being able to keep him because I know that a lot of people are scary and deranged and they have access to destroying my life. It's happened during this last 9 months. I mean, the fact that they only did 30 weeks of investigation for this report that I filed. You know, I'm under investigation for that, right? The alleged falsification of the report that I made, the rape report.
Okay.
That's why I have that going on right now in the courts.
Where, in Illinois or?
In Arkansas.
Okay. Are you originally from Arkansas?
No, originally I'm from Wisconsin. I was there for 20 years of my life,
okay.
Born and raised. And then I moved down to Arkansas for 15 years and lived near my family, but my family did not help, like, psychologically. So I just sort of stayed to myself for many years. And then after my divorce, it was a huge, painful process. I haven't seen my daughter in 6 years because my ex-husband was so vindictive, and I signed over custody, is what they clarified in the divorce. And he had rights to all visitations. And it's just a whole ordeal. That's why I try not to engage with people personally anymore, because it causes so much stress. And I just posted everything on YouTube. You know, I figured somebody will hear it, somebody will listen. I mean, at some point, hopefully they'll take heed of what I've said and understand who the true perpetrators are. Do I act out on these things? Generally, no. I'm actually a very decent person. And if they looked into the footage of me going CCTV everywhere, you know, all those times I've interacted with individuals, I'm actually not that scary, if that makes sense. I know my hair is like, you know, but it is, I don't really apologize for saying that stuff. It happens. People think it. But if you don't disclose that stuff in those moments, you may act upon them, which I really have never.
I totally get that. If you don't open up,
yeah,
and if you don't get stuff off your chest, yes,
snowballs.
It does definitely. Snowballs.
Yeah.
The only thing that me, completely personally, in regards to me, I would never, if I was a person on YouTube, okay, had a page, whatever, unless I truly felt that I was going to do it, I would never say that I wanted to hurt my unborn child. This is again me only. I don't think too many, and I deal with a lot of people that ranges from you name it to you name it. Okay, all people, different walks of life. I don't see too many people ever saying that they want to kill their unborn child.
They have sustainable housing. They have emotional support.
She's sitting there explaining to the officer how it's acceptable for her to talk about murdering their unborn child because she doesn't have sustainable housing.
Makes sense.
Or she doesn't have housing.
Those people that would never say it are actually, they've gotten allotments that people like us have not had.
You and the position you are in,
yes.
What gives you the right to say that? Even if you were frustrated, without people thinking that you truly aren't going to do it. Because if you say it to somebody that's never watched your page before, and they see this.
That's why I want to draw out these people that are truly mentally ill.
Now it's because she's trying to draw out the people who are actually mentally ill, because she's not truly mentally ill, right? She's only mentally ill when she chooses to be mentally ill, is basically what she's saying. So this here is her last community post, right? 3 weeks without my son. Everyone involved with removing him is going to be punished justly. You don't steal from a woman that's already been traumatized and abused more than necessary throughout her entire life. I will be countersuing and finally filing the charges I needed to file in order to send my attacker to prison once and for all. I called to try to ask what was happening with the filings towards my attacker, and the detective lied and stated that they found me guilty. I'm most certainly not guilty, and you stole my son because you wanted to play sick games with our lives. It was against my rights as a victim that they refused to file the report. And because I refused to play along with their sick lies, they punish me? No. I'll I'll be doing everything possible to hire lawyers in order to sue the state of Arkansas for misfiling all proceedings with which I've been involved. Excuse me, I need to take a drink of water.
Crazy drying up your throat.
Removing my child from my breast was a terrible decision on your behalf.
What?
You only removed him in order to persuade everyone that I was incapable of tending to his need. Blatant lies. I am and always will be a wonderful mother and deserving of my children. Twisting someone's words will get your tongue tied when faced with the reality of your indiscretions. The fact that I've been owed pain and suffering for the sexual assaults is the only reason I wasn't able to afford a home for that baby. The father will go to prison as soon as I've clarified the facts about the rape that took place. So she's been spending the last since December, because we're going to base it off of with which money is she paying for these lawyers. I believe she has a court-appointed lawyer. Or state-appointed lawyer, excuse me.
Public defender.
Yeah. So if we're basing this off of December 4th, we're going to actually say 5 days after, because it wasn't until 5 days after when it became an assault, right? So December 9th. It's not even a year. It's still not even a year if we're basing it off of December 4th. But this whole time that she was online complaining to everybody, telling everything she had to say, making her accusations. None of those times she was able to clarify I don't understand. She spent hours and hours and hours and hours, like weeks and weeks and weeks worth of time, if you calculate all of the hours, right? None of that time she's been able to clarify. It's ridiculous. Sorry. As soon as I've clarified the facts about the rape that took place, I will also be placing proper reports against the police officers and orderlies. I had presumed they did that when I tried to file in the hospital years ago, but they refused to file another violation that will be looked into properly. I am extremely disappointed in the legal system in this country. They lie about attacks because they want to hide their secrets by protecting all men that violate women within their authoritative positions and used to get away with it. I'm not doing this anymore. I will be placing proper reports now that I'll be retaining an attorney. I don't know how she'd be able to retain this attorney. Violating a disabled citizen for this long is going to cause huge problems for you all. The fact that you removed my son over lies is going to haunt you, and you will be punished. Prison for rapists, that's all they should receive. They will be looking into my allegations once I place efforts into suing the system and federal government for knowing all the cruel and unusual punishment that I've had to live through while my rapists walk freely to rape and sexually assault others. I guess I needed to actually file, but when I did, they abused me. This is a huge lawsuit, and we've all known it's been leading to this because Arkansas refused to file the assaults justly. I need my son back now. You're all going to pay for removing him from my side.
So the state has been discriminating against her as she travels freely throughout the state, causing terror everywhere she goes.
Of course.
But that's the state's fault.
Yep.
Not her own.
Nope.
Oh, okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Who was sending those text messages? My goodness. If you think you're being smart about this situation by offering a ridiculous notions and offending me all you're doing is hurting the child that's growing inside me. Sadistic sociopaths. Yeah, I have no idea.
Hi, Katie. I'm Ned Pikachu.
The father wanted nothing to do with this child. Okay, so I kind of want to watch a good one from her before we get going. She looks angry here.
That you need to offer my child back. Peacefully and without fucking consequences, more fucking shit to me. What you did was illegal. What you've done is traumatized me. I knew from the very beginning you guys didn't care about me and my well-being. It wasn't about me. It was about the child inside of me. All you wanted to do was
Okay, so I want to double down on this. I don't think it's necessary. We know that the baby is in safe hands, and I think that that's what needs to be focused on. If we're thinking about the baby, we need to be thinking about the fact that he's safe and keeping him safe, and is being well taken care of. I don't think it really necessarily matters. I'm still of the belief of my theory that I presented a while ago. But again, the baby is in safe hands, which is good. What are your thoughts, Ken? Ken's funding Leticia's lawsuits.
Money down the drain.
I can't wait to show you guys the rest of this timeline. I mean, we could take a look at some of the older things, but she's absolutely, those charges that she has in Arkansas are definitely helping their.
Get that baby out of Illinois.
Do you think that
Workzilla, no.
Do you think that she will be in there for less than a year? Because I've seen a couple people speculate that she'll be in there less than a year. And not just AP. I've seen it like circulating. And I don't know, because I'm not an expert in law, I'm just curious, is it even possible? This video is the one right after the waiting and watching. Yeah. So this is on September 18th. This is right after the waiting and watching. I wonder. So she was picked up on the 23rd. When was her last video?
Katie, there's no way she's had good behavior in jail.
Her last video was the 21st. I don't think so. I don't think so either, because she goes in there and she starts throwing these fits, and
She don't get her ass beat in jail.
I don't know that they would even put her in general population.
She'd be in the psych ward.
Honestly, depends on the severity of the charges. She'll probably have an evaluation for competence done, but if the charges are felonies, she might be fucked. The charges are felonies. So, okay. So there are three. So she is charged with 3 class 4 felonies of harassing and threatening to kill. And the statute state that, you know, no less than it said no less than a year, no more than 3 years.
Is that per charge? That could be up to 4 years.
No. So it would be concurrent, so probably 3 years, and that's if they even take it.
All 4.
I don't even think so. Lumpy space. Yeah, she's going to actual prison. I'm just curious about this, the length of time. I don't think it's going to be 3 years. I don't. I think it'll be shorter. If it's a mandatory minimum, then she would have to serve the entire time, and that's when she's sentenced. And that's if they sentence her to a mandatory minimum. Is that right? If it's per charge, but they will run concurrent, not consecutive, unless something really crazy happens, right? Unless she does something really crazy in jail, or she threatens again through jail, like while she's in jail, things like that, right? No, like the same parties. But they will take time off due to her being in Illinois jail prior to the trial, right? But she hasn't been in all that long. And she I don't know. I think BB is right about the 18 months with probation. But that's once you get to sentencing and everything. I don't think that she'll plea. If she gets good time, she will be taken off and back in of her sentence. But she still has the Arkansas thing to deal with too, and Missouri. So probably time served, and then the 18 months and like 5 years probation. Okay. Yeah, I understand that. I understand what, yeah. I doubt that she'll plead. But she believes she's in the right and did nothing wrong, but we cannot second guess her. Yeah. This isn't the one I wanted to show. I just wanted to see if she did something on the 23rd. Look at those eyes.
To do was save the child. Yet, I know, all you wanted was to rip us apart. You didn't save any child. You destroyed his fucking life. You destroyed his life by not offering him a suitable place to stay while I was still searching for it, while I was still looking for help from you demons. They don't offer help. You offer nothing but pain and suffering in exchange for whatever lavish things. I have already earned my lavish things. I've already earned the right to have all these things through your filthy fucking hands and the fact that I didn't file lawsuits against these individuals that are truly perpetrators of these acts. The people that have truly violated me and removed my children. They're the ones that need to be harassed. They're the ones that need to be, reprimanded and violated in such manners. Yet you're sitting here consistently pursuing this. I told you, all I need is my child, my children. All I need is that. And you need to step up to the fucking plate and offer me the financial backing that I need. This is why do you think I've tried to commit suicide and get away from you people? Because I knew about your stupid electrical work. I knew that was the ghosts, the flickering lights, everything, these apparitions.
Yeah, so there's a bit of a timeline that we have put together too, and then I can drop a couple of screenshots. And then, like I said, I'm going to put the timestamp in for the third, like the Vroom Vroom, it's time for Shrooms statement, and I'll put a timestamp for the other ones as well. In the link below, or in the description below, there's the 3 documentaries that, or like the 3 videos that Owl put together, and then obviously AP's documentaries are in there too, so you'll be able to click on that too. And like I said, there's another video we're going to go over for other timeline stuff, but right now, basically waiting for her appearance on the 9th. And to see what's going on with that, and the possibility of getting that arrest report from the resisting arrest. I'm really interested in seeing what the officer had to say in that report. Again, BB, thank you so much for helping with this. Yeah, I really appreciate it. In a couple of these videos and videos about Tootsie, that her big custody claim is that if they would give her children, yes, if they would give her children, that would stabilize her and make her act like a mother. Right. So she couldn't act like a mother before. And once they were taken out, like, if you give me my kids back, then I'll behave. Nobody's behaving. It's jail and prison. I hear there's criminal types in there. So, let me double check my notes, make sure I didn't miss anything. I think we covered everything. Oh, no, I want to stay. Okay. Okay, so the charges were sealed until she was picked up, and they already did the grand jury, and then it was unsealed on the 27th, sometime between the 20th and the 28th. The case was brought to the grand jury. Governor's warrant. So the governor's warrant basically shows everything, right? The charges, or what she's being charged of, in what state, who she is, all of that. So, yeah, so they issued the warrant on the 20th, and then she was picked up on the 23rd. Okay, so the charges were filed at 11:14 a.m. on the 20th, they were like preparing for it, and then the unscheduled extradition hearing was on the 20th at 2 p.m. So those charges, those felony charges were filed that morning so that they could just bring them in at that time. So yeah, I did go over that. Okay, so while fighting extradition, so like her requesting the governor's warrant, you can't get time served unless at the judge's discretion, and she was moved back to Illinois when Illinois issued their provided the governor's warrant on November 18th. Okay. Oh, you wanted me to go to the detective video at 17:25.
I want to spotlight that because so that's where it's like, okay, I'm not gonna let that stuff happen anymore.
Okay,
like
so
that's what
you're not
fear.
in Kansas.
Yeah,
Or not in Arkansas.
Yeah.
Okay, so she spends all this time trying to explain her way out of it. If you guys have watched this, I know many of you guys watched this detective video. You'll see that she first tried to say that people with housing don't act this way. Then it's because she's trying to draw out the crazies on YouTube. Then it's, of course, I don't believe the conspiracy. Like she talks about the conspiracies of being watched, and then says that she doesn't. She's like looking for what's going to click with the detective. What is the detective going to accept from her, so that she doesn't have to deal with this, and that he'll just let it go. 17:25, I believe, is when we're gonna watch her switch.
I was gonna say Toto, but is it Toto? Okay. But okay, so we're in Illinois.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to be in here.
Okay.
All right, while she talks to you. But the only way that she will talk to you.
Oh, okay.
She's not going to talk to you if it's being recorded.
Zoom. Huh.
Notification I received after I actually filed and everything, after we found out that I was pregnant, because apparently he was getting my messages. For months he was receiving my messages and I started harassing him. I didn't know if he was getting any of them. And he messaged me back on March 9th stating, "Don't contact me. There's a warrant out for your arrest. I get clearly you want to have that child in prison." Because he was going to file for harassing communications against me. So does any of this sound normal to you? Does any of this sound, kosher in your perspective? Because that seems a little...
Clearly he doesn't want this child because he's filing harassing communications against me. Damn baby's harassing him. Most outgoing.
Regulate the situation, understanding he had clearly raped me, and understanding that I was stupid in giving him the benefit of the doubt at any point. So now I'm trying to hold back tears in discussing this to you and telling you that clearly I'm scared. I don't want to go to your Bentonville. And I know I'm 34 years old. But being that I suffered through sexual trauma growing up, it's difficult for me to convey my emotions without letting them fly off the handle at times.
Uh-huh.
Well, I'm sorry that happened to you. And the fact is you have that warrant and there's nothing that can be done until it's taken care of, right? You have to take care of that warrant, whether it's tomorrow or 2 weeks, 2 months. I mean, it's going to be out there, right? And when we think about our warrant, we exercise statewide. We also exercise for 250 miles. So are you still living in Hot Springs?
No, I live in my vehicle and I've been traveling through the U.S.
Where are you right now?
Wow.
Exercise statewide. We also exercise there 250 miles a day. So are you still living in Hot Springs?
No, I live in my vehicle and I've been traveling through the U.S.
Oh, where are you right now?
Missouri, St. Louis.
Missouri. St. Louis, Missouri. Okay. Maybe there's some place there that you can get help.
As in?
Say again?
As in what type of help are you relaying, referencing?
Well, it sounds like you need some legal aid, right? Or at least need an attorney. And
It sounds like you need an attorney, ma'am. Sounds like you're screwed.
How when I have no finances for it? How when I have no
You get it through the state, buddy.
finances for it? Do you not realize I'm living out of my vehicle? But I tried to get that in Bentonville, and they told me that I had to have an actual warrant served first. So that doesn't make any sense. Why would I want to serve a warrant that makes no sense to me? Why would I want to serve a warrant that is inaccurate? And I would understand if these things were actually true. But a majority of the time, I get messed over, like what happened in my ex-husband's case and everything, which you don't understand. You know, you wouldn't know unless you did the research on me, and understanding that he got one over on me, clearly, not one, but many times. That's why I try to relay my story openly and honestly and accurately through social media now, because none of this makes any sense. None of it. I don't understand why, as the victim, I don't actually get the appropriate amount of help that I should.
well, I think the best thing that you can do is just come turn yourself into the police department.
Not that she should. What she wants.
And maybe we can talk about it a little further.
But I'm frightened to. I don't know what lies beyond that. What type of charges I'm going to be forced to have to face, and how much money I'm going to have to. And I understand that, but I don't have the money to bond myself out, and I don't have any individuals that would bond me out, and I don't want to sit in jail so they can starve me again.
Well, I don't know what your bond's going to be, right, until you see a judge or you work something out with prosecutors. But the best thing you can do, though, is just turn yourself in.
Why do I want to laugh hysterically about that? I don't find this humorous at all. It's not humorous. I feel as though it doesn't give me any clear answers. As a victim, I'm the one that's being, charged with all these things, and I'm like, I don't understand it. I'm just trying to comply. I'm trying to go along with it, but it's very frightening. And knowing that there's not going to be any rainbow at the end is frustrating.
But you can kind of see how it looks on Volleyball Facebook when you file a rape report, but then you find conversations where you talk about this person in your relation with you, and if they don't, you're going to file that police report. Do you understand that?
And that is not in the wrong. If a woman is confused and she knows he's not going to get in trouble in the first place, that's why I didn't file. But then when there was a baby involved, I had to file. For everyone in these circumstances, that's not okay. To just let a man get away with it, to let him get away with murder, knowing clearly that I was going to have mental distortions due to it. That's why I refrained from having sex. So when he forced himself on me, he should have done something. And if you don't have any statutes in place for that, to hold a man to his, integrity, to hold a man to all of that, then why would you do it to the woman, especially while pregnant, especially while she's hormonal?
Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, you've been very helpful. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
You too. Have a lovely weekend. Bye-bye. It makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. These people are clearly deranged. Clearly. I did not seek out to hurt anybody in this circumstance, but then I'm still hurt by it. How do they not see that I didn't want to file anything because I don't care? He was going to get his karma regardless for hurting me. Everyone does. But that's not okay. The fact that I have to sit out and they're going to starve me because I'm vegan. It took them 4 days to give me food the last time I was in jail out of a 5-day stay. I don't understand this. And then they're like, oh, well, we'll treat you better. We'll give you 2 mats. I don't want to be in jail. I'm not one of those fucking trash ass people that do fucking shit. And especially don't get caught by it. What the fuck? That is not okay.
Did you guys hear that? I don't know if you guys caught that or not. One of my favorite parts of this video.
Stay. I don't understand this. And then they're like, oh, well, we'll treat you better. We'll give you 2 max. I don't want to be in jail. I'm not one of those fucking trash-ass people that do fucking shit. And especially don't get caught by it. What the fuck? That is not okay.
Especially don't get caught by it. Ooh. Fucking love it. Boom.
Like, I would place myself in jeopardy like that, knowing you people are sick. That's why I do these videos. That's why I fucking share this shit, because you people are sick. Today is June 10th, 2022. I am 28 weeks along today. And it makes no sense. None of this makes any sense. I'm very angry. I'm very frustrated. Like,
nobody taught me about the birds and the bees.
Why I have to
How did this happen?
You have to understand. This makes no sense. You have to see it. What you're doing to me. Obviously, I didn't want shit from him afterward. And then I told him 5 days afterward, like, you're not even going to say anything about that? Like, you're just going to rape me and just wander off? Like, that's clearly not okay. And then I went in to try to do the rape fucking kit and shit. And no. And then because I didn't do it then, and I was like, oh, whatever, because I saw that man in full fucking military uniform. So I thought, okay, fine, whatever, they get away with this shit anyway. And then I have a baby out of it. And everybody's like, oh, congratulations. No. Fucking shut the fuck up. I have 3 fucking months left. If there's no place to have this kid, and if there's no father, I sure as fuck am not going to support a child that is not fucking worth my efforts if it's not worth the father's efforts. Fuck this shit. Fuck this shit. Clearly something is fucking wrong. And you're going to tell me I have to serve a warrant that doesn't even exist yet because you have to hand it to me first. And then once you hand it to me, then it's like free game. Like, there you go. We're going to lock you up. It's not funny. It's not funny that you manipulate people's lives. It's not funny that you grab us up like that. It's not funny. My child hurts right now. I feel him hurting. Like, he moves around. It shifts. It's uncomfortable. I know he's in pain due to your stupidity. So why does it matter? I'm just a homeless girl. I'm just disabled. No one cares about my story. That's why it's hilarious. That's why I put it all out there for everyone to fucking see, because it's like, yeah, this shit is not okay. Like, there is something clearly fucking wrong. And everyone tells me to buck up, buttercup, do your best, put more effort in, and people will actually, what, believe me? What the fuck? I've been trying my whole life to get people to see it from my perspective and to see it from, like, all of this. So why did I make phone calls? What time is it right now? 10 o'clock, 10:19. Why did I make phone calls? Just upset me more to know that there's no one out there that believes my allegations. Motherfucker fucked me while I was asleep. You couldn't even bother to wake me up, bitch. Like, you're a fucking pussy ass little fucking whore. That's what you are. And like, I didn't even have time to fucking wake up. The fuck? No. I was told I was going to have a safe place to rest. There should have been no sex that fucking day. And that's why clearly this was supposed to be some miraculous fucking birth. But no, it's not. Instead, it's the opposite. It's just a fucking demon. It's just a fucking monstrous, fucking horrific fucking circumstances. And it's hilarious to me. Like, now you got the fucking, this is how I talk to people. This is why I get in trouble all the time. Because I'm too smart for my own goddamn good. And people hate that shit. Nobody wants to be talked down to. Nobody wants to be, contradicted in that way. And it's like, hold the fucking phone, bitch. The reason why I gave him a fucking few days was like, get your shit together, stupid bitch. What were you doing? You lied to me from the very beginning anyway. So the fact that they didn't even look into his fucking lifestyle, knowing that he lied to get me there and everything, knowing that he was just going to use me to fuck me, of course I knew you had other bitches on the side. Why the fuck do you think I know that's why you didn't come back to me, stupid ass? Even though you said it was tight. No, I understand. You already had fucking hoes, and then you tried to make me out to be one of those fucking whores. I'm done. People are so fucked. People are so goddamn fucked. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For the kingdom, the power, and the glory are yours, now and forever. Amen. Like, seriously, what the fuck? And this isn't doxing. What the fuck is this? This is just good reporting right here. Good relaying of actual events, live fucking, as they fucking happen. And people are like, what?
I still think that that's funny.
No, I'm not lying about shit. This is
that she never quite, especially. I still think that that's funny that she never really quite got the understanding down of what doxing was, and she'd always come up with like some different meaning.
If you're undereducated, and that's just, they walk all over you. That's what they did with my circumstances with my ex-husband. Walked all over me because I was on so many psychiatric medications that I complied with every single thing they said. Signed every fucking piece of paper that got put in front of me. I'm telling you. That's exactly what fucking happened. And you expect me to be okay with this by now? I have 3 fucking months. And if nothing happens, this baby is going in the fucking trash. I'm done. I'm not fucking around with anybody. I'm not. You people are deranged. You are obviously sick in the fucking head. You want me to suffer more and the child inside of me to suffer more. And you didn't fucking take care of this from the very beginning to know this girl's not okay. Like, she's disabled. Like, that's why she kept off of the birth control and stayed away from dicks. And that's how she was safe. Like, what the fuck? And you still don't understand it? You still don't get it from the fucking gynecological records? What proof do you want from me? Like I said, my blood, sweat, and tears. When you fucking have to take the baby, I'm not gonna cry. Fuck it. I'm not. Like, that's how it is. Like, this child's already cursed. I already told, like, I was texting Jason, but they're blocked. So finally, I'm like finally able to just talk to myself. That's how it is. Like, just sending messages about what's on my mind without having to get reprimanded for it or blah, blah, blah.
Okay, so speaking of that, so let's like really think about this. So of course, we all know that he changed his number, right? Who was getting those messages? Let me pull those up. Right? Who is she sending these messages to? Because, oh my goodness. I wonder. What they must have thought, right?
No, shut the fuck up. I'm just having my fucking emotions. I use these fucking outlets just so I could relay my fucking true events and my feelings toward everything. So
here it is. Even though you blocked me, you're still fucked. I don't give a fuck about some bullshit warrant. Some men are sick and need to be incarcerated, right? Aw, why isn't it showing? Oh, it's because I have it like that. Okay. There we go. Here it is. It would be crazy. Yeah, they get recycled. So who got those messages? You fucked my life up. You promised me that I would be safe and that you'd buy what I needed. You are nothing and your words mean nothing. I thought I could look up to you. But after you took advantage of me and left me to raise your son alone, I had to realize that you are sick.
You people are sick.
I've had to financially support this child alone in 1 month or less. He will be here and I'll have to give him up. I'll have to give him up, even though I wanted children so badly. No, you didn't. You want that check. But not like this. Not with you. They want a relationship, just not with you. I'm sorry that I looked so desperate when I asked to see you because honestly, it was the other way around. You're pathetic and I pray you choose the right partner after destroying me and my dreams. This baby's life is meaningless to you and my life wasn't worth your efforts. Why? Okay, you had a Bumble date with somebody and you're like putting your life into this person's hands. Holy crap. Clingy. I'm willing to endure the pain in order to prove to the world what you truly are, a heartless, psychopathic person. One day you'll regret ever inviting me to lay next to you, and I curse you for eternity for being so malicious. Your children will suffer and come to despise you, and so will any partner you have in the future. I pray it was worth hurting someone so naive and innocent. Blessings. You'll need my prayers because your soul is fucked. Love, the stranger you fucked and impregnated on December 4th, 2021. Can you imagine if this is like some 16-year-old's first phone number? Yikes. Or like somebody who just got married. Can you imagine? Like somebody who just got married, they're on their honeymoon and they get this. grandma's first smartphone. Yes. I can't. It would be just insane. Oh, that's the mother conversation. Since there's already a warrant for me, I thought I'd let you know that it's my birthday today. So she said she didn't bother to send it to him. So those messages we just read, I think was after it came out that he had changed his number. Like, we were talking about it on live streams. I know we talked about it, because I think JW ended up saying it in an hour live stream that he had changed his number, after she posted this. It just goes to show you how truly pathetic you are and always will be. I meant nothing to you, and neither does this child, but that doesn't change the fact that you penetrated me without consent. You're a disgusting coward with no integrity. Just for funsies. Oh no, she has this one on her channel. I still want to do it.
What else to express to you guys? Why do I seem like the fucking issue when in actuality it's all these fucking dicks that go around just using me and traumatizing me even more?
This is the one that I was talking about, BB, where she starts freaking out about the girl in the parking lot. I'm pretty sure it's actually fairly close to the top. Let me see, because it'll make the video bigger if I play it on YouTube. And then we'll just end out with that one. Yep, here it is. Just for funds. And again, thank you so much, BB. Thank you to everybody who's hanging out. Make sure to like this stream, share it out to those you think who would enjoy it, subscribe, do all the fun things like that. And again, we'll be back with another one as more information is presented. And again, there is going to be a awesome video put together with this timeline that led up to her getting pregnant.
You know what the fuck I've been through. Today is July 27th, 2022. I don't know what else to express to you guys. Why do I seem like the fucking issue when in actuality it's all these fucking dicks that go around just using me and traumatizing me even more? Can I just get some fucking weed today, please? I don't know what to tell you. How much do you want to see me cry? How much do you want to see me be out? You know I have these disorders. You know I just take everybody's word as if they're fucking genuine. Why can't I be with the father of this fucking kid?
Oh,
And
yes.
instead, you act like I don't deserve it. You act like I don't deserve shit. When in
I'll do that right
actuality,
now.
I've done so much more than most people. Can you just give me a fucking break? Tomorrow's my goddamn birthday. I just want to fucking relax. You people act like you're so high and mighty. I'm managing. I'm trying my fucking damnedest to fucking just make it. To just make it by. I just want to be dead for a fucking one. But instead, all you want to do is just harass me. Smoking weed's not the fucking issue. You know damn well that's not the fucking issue. That's the solution. And I'm so sick and tired of this. I want to be myself. I don't want to be scared. I want to be encouraged and be able to fucking talk to people. And the only way I can do that is online dating and shit. And you stop me from doing that. You stop me from being able to access anybody else. And it's all my fault? I'm sorry, what? Either give me the fucking father or something. Have him fucking pay for my shit and my medication and whatever. I don't know what you want. You want my fucking blood. You're after me. I don't know what the fuck I can do for you that is gonna appease you. Why? What is wrong with you people? Oh my god, I'm fucking snapping. I just want to smoke some goddamn weed so I can chill the fuck out, figure out what I've got to do next, figure out where I can fucking sleep, and that it's gonna be safe for me. You see what the fuck my mother does. You see how she fucking acts. You see how fucking, manipulative the whole fucking situation is. She's like, I bought the fucking gas for you. Bitch, you used all the gas. There's a fucking quarter of a tank, not even. I'm on fucking E. And you're telling me that these people deserve to be fucking allowed out and get more resources than I get because they search better, because they're manipulative, because they can access this shit better? I'm telling you, I'm so done with this. Why didn't you file for the fucking warrant? Why didn't you file for him assaulting a pregnant woman?
And now I've got to take the time out of my fucking day, worried that you guys are going to fucking detain me. I'm so fucking scared. You guys, you have no idea. You have no idea how sick you look. How sick you look. And I'm like, oh my God, I haven't done shit wrong. I cry all the fucking time. The only thing that doesn't make me cry is weed. I'm freaked out. My whole life has been just me being abused because I don't know what's up and down and left and right because everyone fucking manipulates and lies to me. Give me the fucking father. I want a goddamn apology. Which one is it? If it's not fucking Jason, if everybody's trying to tell me he was fucking snipped, which I doubt. I mean, he didn't respond because he was fucking scared. He's like, oh shit, why would I impregnate some fucking crazy bitch? Yeah, I know, bitch. Why would you use me in the middle of the fucking night? Why would you stick your dick in someone that didn't have any fucking reason to be procreating? I have no reason to be having children if I have no safe place. I have no home. I have nothing. All of my love means nothing to the world. Obviously, you know damn well. I just want to smoke. I just want to chill out. I don't even want this baby. I told you, take it in exchange for my freedom. I don't know what else you want. You already stole my first one. I don't know what you want. I'm sick and tired. Everyone acts like I'm manipulated. I know I'm freaking out. These are my fucking raw emotions. You people are sick. I just want to go somewhere. I just want to not be in this realm anymore. This is so fucking sick. I just don't want to be here. Tomorrow's my goddamn birthday. You know damn well that you're fucking with me constantly, and I don't want to be here. I don't want to be incarcerated. I just want to be free. I want to watch videos. I want to pretend that people love me. I want to pretend that there's someone out there for me. But no, I know, because I'm a fucking crybaby. Oh my God. And this guy asking how I'm going to pay him. With money? Not my vagina, that's for sure. I don't know why people want to harass me. Why? There's no protective place I can go. There's nowhere. I just want some weed. If you would have just given me my card. But no, I have to pay for it. I've got to wait for it. I've got to have everything in the mail. Everything's got to be a procedure with you people. You can't just help a nigga out. Fuck you.
I'm hearing sounds. I'm trying to see what happened. Hang on. I've got so much going on. My computer's running a little slow. Let me take this off. See if that works.
You people. God, I hate you so much. I don't care how inappropriate I sound. I don't care. I use these terms, I use these phrases, and I'm fucking sober as fuck right now. And that's even worse because I'm like so fucking mouthy. Oh my God, I just want to smoke. I don't know what to do right now. I'm so sick. I'm so sick of you people. I love you very much, though. I love that you watch over me sometimes, but you're not very nice. Why you should have just let me fucking do it? You should have just let me fucking kill myself on live. Fuck that. You know damn well I don't want to be here. I just want to fall off of something really fucking high and just die. And I can't smoke. I can't fucking do anything. I don't want to drink. I don't want to do anything. I just want to smoke some weed. I hate you people so goddamn much. Can you just give me a goddamn break? Can you just send me some fucking angel for fucking once? Instead, you send me all these demons, even on your fucking payroll. Oh my God. How is this supposed to be a blessing? How is this supposed to be a blessing? All I do is waste my money and efforts trying to take care of it.
Wicked, thank you so much. I just saw that. Thank you so much for gifting those 5 memberships. I appreciate that.
That like I'm crazy. No,
Yes.
I've sustained it this whole time. I don't know. I don't want it. I don't want it. Take it. I don't care. I really don't care. Like I wish I had a safe place, then I would want it, then it would be different, but it's not. It's fucked up. It's crazy, and I fucking hate you people. And my brother's stealing the rest of that goddamn weed. I don't have my goddamn pipe, so I have to fucking roll a joint or something whenever I get it. I'm sick and tired of this shit. Go rape that bitch. She's hot as fuck. Go rape her. I wasn't fucking hot. You just took advantage of a fucking nasty, disgusting whore. And I'm not even a whore. Like, what the fuck? I went this entire pregnancy. Sick and tired of this shit. Completely sick and tired of this. There's so many fucking immoral pieces of trash, sinful fucking creatures just wandering the goddamn earth, and I don't want to be incarcerated. I don't want to be confined. They weren't giving me my medicine. If I could just smoke, then I would be fucking better. But no, then I trip the fuck out. I just want my shit, and I want to fucking run away. I just want to run away from all of you. I want to run away from your insanity. Fuck you people. I'm sick and tired of this. You better do something to fucking help me, or I swear to Christ, I'm going to try another fucking attempt right now. I am not fucking joking. And then you're going to force me to have to deal with all these fucking pigs, all these fucking nasty assholes. I don't care how much I incriminate myself. I don't care. You haven't fucking done shit to the people that are actually fucking predators and actually fucking criminals. And you just let my brother walk free? Are you fucking deranged? Are you fucking stupid? Do you realize that is fucking the opposite of God? The opposite of being good and fucking, oh my God, that's the goddamn devil? That you just didn't process it? And then I have to fucking come down to your fucking office so I can be scared as fuck to deal with you people again? Because all you've ever done is just fucking look at me like I'm not the victim, like I'm the one that's freaking out. Yeah, I'm freak out verbally. Yeah, but I don't do anything. I don't fucking harm anybody. I showed you what you fucking did. You let my ex-husband leave me with loaded guns. You let that shit happen. You let him manipulate me in the courts. You didn't even have an advocate there to see that I was there at court to try to stand for my daughter and her rights and shit like that. But I was on all these pharmaceuticals. Yeah, I'll freak the fuck out, right? Yeah, and now Mai's calling me, and I don't know how that's tied in. You psychopaths. You fucking psychos. There's no reason to fucking answer her phone call. I'm a fucking 100 goddamn million miles away from her. So what's the fucking point? She keeps leaving fucking voicemails for what? I just want to smoke some fucking weed. I don't care if you think that that's fucking with the baby. If it's fucking with the baby, then I'm just under so much goddamn stress when I'm sober.
Yes, he says mama now.
I didn't have a place to rest. I didn't have a place to fucking relax and think about this child like I did with Tootsie. No, you stole her anyway. All the fucking effort I put into her, you shoved me on psych meds in order to steal it from me. Oh my God, you let all this happen. I should be suing all of you, and I can't because I have no money to do so. You guys are insane. I just want my Tootsie. I want my home. I want my kudos. I hate you. I hate all of you. I don't give a fuck that I'm sitting outside of Walmart. I don't give a fuck that there's fucking old pieces of shit, fucking, military men all over the fucking place. Fuck them. They're fucking pieces of shit. You stupid dirty dicks. Fuck you. I hope your dicks rot off, you pieces of trash. I want to smoke. I can't be okay.
I found it.
Be okay, I cannot be stable in that way because all I want to do is cut. Why don't you go fuck with this bitch? She's got only a haphazard fucking face, but her body looks good. Why don't you go fucking impregnate that bitch? Huh? Oh, because she comes from a good family. That's why. Because she has people that love her. That's why. I have no one and nothing. And that's why you fucked with me. That's why you decided to destroy my fucking life. You act like a baby's gonna fix anything. No, I was looking for a husband first, bitch.
Yep, I found it.
God, I'm fucking pissed. And all of you fucking kicking me out of every fucking facility. Where the fuck am I supposed to go in and out of to use the restroom now in the middle of the night? I'm just gonna have to go piss in your fucking yards, you pieces of trash. Yeah, all of you judicials, all of you fucking authority fucking figures. Well, I'm just gonna go take a shit in your fucking yard. Fuck you, you pieces of trash. And you think that it's hilarious because then I don't end up doing anything. I'm just a good girl. Always. Just
a good girl.
And I just comply. I'm so complacent. But yet at the same time, you don't realize, oh my God, you're gonna be fucked. Your karma is gonna be so goddamn fucking hardcore. Like, you pieces of shit, you're gonna get your goddamn karma. So anyway,
let me read this to you guys. We've all seen that one 1,000 times. This has not been read in a while, and I think this will be fun to end off with after knowing what we know. Okay. Unexpected encounter. You scare me. The thought of being near you now entices my throbbing yet apprehensive arousals. The way you touched me was like nothing I ever anticipated nor expected. Forceful, yet your demands seemed easily accommodable. Your nerve and gaze struck me like the vulgar way you presented your affections. Why did it have to be you? Why did it have to be me? Why was this chance meeting more than merely a chance encounter? Your destructive power has encompassed every moment of the past 8 months of my conscience. Destitute and lonely, I sought your attention, your attentive embrace. You chose to seek another. I've missed you. Yet all you want to do is watch us perish without you. Proud and angry, you choose to ignore my plea for company. The company you offer for only a fragment of a moment. It wasn't your offerings that persuaded me into offering myself to you. It was your brutality, the fear that you've instilled in me since the moment I acknowledged your penetrative aggressions. You want nothing more than the moment than a moment with me, and yet we created energy more reactive than life could secrete. Companionship was all I could afford, yet my body became your payment. I offer it to you freely now, and the passion I felt when I woke next to you was never feigned. I could never forget how comfortable I felt after exchanged our intimacies willingly the second time. I laid on your chest and expected the worst. I knew what I offered was inappropriate, but chose to leave my transgressions at the Lord's discretion. I know I suffer because I rejected my love for you. Yes, I admit my guilt for having affection for someone so violent and chaotic. Your playful gestures captured more than just my interests. I love you and hate you all at once, but mostly I would do anything to share this life with you. The life we created in the shadows of our sinfulness is now prevalent to everyone around us. I was proud and angry, but now I'm resentful and remorseful toward having the same reaction as you, rejection. I should have waited longer for you to acknowledge him, but the devil whispered, "Go get him." I was vindictive, jealous, and for that I apologize. Not to you, but for the life we created. I should have known you were preoccupied and needed time to understand. I forgive you and pray that you'll forgive me for making a mockery out of you and your flaws. I don't expect your approval anymore, nor do I anticipate you having the passion towards me again. Men take as they please, and I realize my value is cheap. I know better than to point out others' faults, but can't help but allow my judgments to consume me during fits of rage. I would do anything to be held again, if not by you, then someone that truly loves me. My offering of peace is this child you allotted me. He's yours for the taking. God will find a way to salvage his soul and yours for tormenting my heart, mind, and body in such a devastating manner. I love you and I forgive your betrayal. God will always protect those that seek his guidance, and I'll pray for your salvation. Unrelentingly yours, a mother of one of your many offspring. Original writing by Leticia Collins Servants, July 15th, 2022. Thoughts towards the father of my child. Right, Pikachu? Thank you, Wicked, and thank you, Black Belt. What value, right? Phew. So, thank you guys so much for hanging out and enjoying what was this timeline and what's going on. So, that's just everything that's happened so far, what we have so far with the court records. There will be more coming out about before all of this, and then hopefully we can get that arrest record. That would be really cool. That would definitely be really cool. I don't know if it will or not, and if it does, of course, we're going to share that, and then I'll give you guys a better understanding too. Yeah, of when that timeline, the longer and more in-depth timeline comes out. I probably won't be live again until Monday. Thank you, Cynthia Burke. Thank you so much. So I probably won't be live again until Monday or Tuesday. We're finalizing the move and everything this weekend. So, and when I do go live, I'm going to be showing you guys. I can't wait. I'm so excited to finally have the new setup and get settled in. It's going to be great. But again, thank you all so much for hanging out. I appreciate it. I hope you guys had a good time. I hope you guys have a better understanding of what's going on. So Leticia in Wisconsin was picked up on the warrant that they issued on the 20th for her.
Oh, really?
And I think that helps me understand more of what's going on. Yeah. I don't think she's going to be in jail nearly as long as we originally thought either. If you guys have any questions, again, I'm going to post, comment below, especially to the replay people. And then in the community tab, I'll make sure to post some screenshots and some timestamps for those videos for you guys so that you guys can look through this on your own too. I hope you guys, Pip. Hope you guys have a great night. Hope you sleep well. And I will talk to you guys early next week. Yeah. Yes, thank you, Pip, for your wonderful commentary. It always helps.
Say thank you, guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Say anything now? You can't
Yeah, now he's shy.
Now you want to be shy? Oh, yeah? Oh,
Yes.
yeah?
Sweet dreams, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate the support and you guys sharing your time with me. I will see you guys soon. Bye, everybody.